live. Here we go. Excuse me, we are not late. We are on time. Like Mr. Busta Rhymes.
One of these days we just have to start at like 7:50 and throw everyone off.
And they'll get here and we'll be 10 minutes into reading. We'll have read all the super chats.
And then it's like, we're done. Have a good night.
Do the entire Tiermaker.
Oh, look, we're daylight savings time. We're starting at 7.
All right, let me
Too
turn
bad
this
you missed.
off. We'll leave the music running for a little bit. Tonight, we have a special guest with us, NFL quarterback James Morgan out of Florida International University. I think he's rated, what, 64 overall in Madden?
Yeah, they need to get my ratings up. Yeah, 66 speed. They gave me 84 throw power, though. I can't be upset about that.
I'm impressed by that. First ever creator in the game of Madden, Taylor Throne, who assumed that he would get roasted into the sun for clickbaiting everyone. But apparently your audience gets the joke.
I don't get, well, I mean, there's that, and then there's also this giant part of the audience that doesn't. That, like, it's just like, congratulations, dude. Like, I just looked up on the auction house, he's not there. Where's your card? Like, someone must have bought them all. Like, there are people I feel like that are actually buying it and don't know. And there have been people that have tweeted me, they're like, I didn't even know it wasn't you until, like, I read the comments or stuff like that. But people aren't mad. I thought it was going to be the most disliked video on my channel, and it's like 7,000 likes to 100 dislikes. That's really good on YouTube. That's actually pretty good.
What you should do is change your Twitter handle to James Morgan and just be like, yeah, that's actually my real name. Taylor Throne is just a pseudonym that I've made up. Like, no one's gonna believe that your last name is actually Throne. All right.
I did get lucky with it, but I mean, now it's to the point where, you know, I have this joke, but it's like, I don't want to just beat it into the ground, but I do think it's funny, and how can I capitalize on it?
Oh my god.
So I'm in that weird spot of like, I mean, this is something people have tweeted me this card since literally launch of Madden. They're like, this looks identical to you, which I was like, I guess I can see it. Like, it makes sense.
I beat more jokes into the ground than my own deck, because I will squeeze a joke until it's dead. Like, anyways, yeah, just milk it for all it's worth, man. Someone in the chat just said, sorry, AA says, big ups to 5 Point Son for getting 1310 on the SATs. Yeah, I was surprised. Like,
I got 1,300. I mean,
got
well, I was a
1,300?
part of. Yeah, well, on like the 2-part SATs. Like, I was the first year we did like a 3-tier SAT, and I got like 1,800 out of 2,400. But like for the traditional SAT, I think they went back to that. I was 1,300.
What'd you get, Taylor?
I didn't take the ACT. I took the SAT.
The
Sorry.
SAT.
I didn't take the SAT. I took the ACT, which I just converted, and mine was very similar. Mine was a 28 on the ACT when I took it. But yeah, I actually had to look up. Like, I don't know anything about SAT scores.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the perfect scores is 1,600. It mostly only predicts 1 year translation into college. It doesn't translate into anything else.
It
Dodge
doesn't
just
surprise
said
me.
she got a 990. I got 1,000 on the SATs. And
The
that was,
SAT doesn't mean shit.
to
be honest
this
with you.
day, I believe that I brought a number 1 pencil or some shit instead of a number 2, and it did not read my skin. Because my brother got 1280, my sister got like 1190, and when I was 10 years old, they tested me because they thought I was a dum-dum, and my IQ was like off the charts. So I just either had a bad day or I bought the wrong kind of pencil, which is, you know, pretty typical.
Those things are a crapshoot, though, man.
No, I'm a good standard test taker. I was like always in the top percentage of everything. I don't know what happened that day, but I was dog shit. But of
I like
course,
standard.
You know you can take it again, right?
yeah. Now
You want to take it now?
I tell dick jokes on the internet. So-
Have you ever taken the Wonderlick?
No,
You need to. You need
I
to.
do need to take the Wonderlick, but that's how I got into college. So, anyways, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? You know. I think, what is it? Ryan Fitzpatrick, the only person to get a 50 on the Wonderlick? I think so.
Is he the only? I think there's like some punter that was. Maybe not.
That's
though.
right.
Look, best scores. It's hard though. It's mostly about the time. It's Pat McClanally. I don't know who that is. Got a 50.
Perfect. Oh, there's like, as soon as you type in perfect Wonderlick. Isn't it like problem solving and shit? Like
Well, it's a lot of random stuff. The hardest questions there, I don't remember what the name, what they are. There's
Pat
like,
McAnally. Pat
if it's like
McAnally.
idioms or what, but it's weird. It's mostly though the time requirement makes it really hard. So you have to really skip like certain questions that you don't know and come back to them and guess them later. It is a really intense time requirement.
Didn't Jameis Winston get like a 3 or something on it?
No, that was
I don't know
Vince
about
Young.
that.
that got
Frank
a
Gore's
three.
a 6. Frank Gore had severe learning disability. Yeah, Vince Young
Jameis
got a-
tried to take the test, but it got intercepted. And on the way, like they stopped him in the hallway, and they're like,
No,
"You
no,
can't
he
take-"
fumbled the intercept or the sorry. Damn it, I fucked that up.
Yeah, you fucked that joke up. That was a
Oh, yeah.
swing. And
I
a miss.
fumbled that joke like it was Jameis with the football.
Yes. No, it's Daniel Jones fumbles more than that. Come
Actually,
on,
he's been doing okay the last couple of weeks. He hasn't had a turnover.
It's been against the fucking Redskins and the Eagles. 2 terrible teams. So
True,
Throne.
but still.
So Throne, you're gonna help us fill out the Tiermaker tonight, but you don't even watch
yeah.
the NFL.
I really don't. I don't like. So I streamed right after the Vikings Cowboys game, and it was more just because there was a football game on, not because I was watching the Vikings game. I tuned in when it was like 4th and 6 on the Cowboys last drive, and I'm a Vikings fan, by the way. I'm a Vikings fan. I just don't care. Like if I miss a game, I don't care. Like,
It's a
and
good
my
way to
whole
live.
chat was just like, yeah, how about them Cowboys? I'm like, yeah, I didn't fucking watch. Like, okay, but.
That's a good
It's
way to
something.
live because when you live and die with your team, like when the Rangers lost in the 2015 conference finals, like I was salty for maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to live.
The only thing I live and die with is LeBron James. I do.
Well,
I'm
you
a
got to
huge
live
LeBron
with
James
him.
dick rider. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Good times. For you.
But it's a good. Yeah, it's a good year now. It's a good year now. I didn't think we'd ever see another LeBron James championship, but we got one.
I got to meet him, by the way. His
Really?
hands are bigger than you can possibly. They look like 2 giant frying pans with fingers attached.
That's not what I'm concerned. Well, how'd you meet him?
I was in South Beach, just at a bar or at this place called Haven that a friend of a friend owned, and they were giving me like this VIP treatment, like because I knew this other person. And in walks LeBron James, and I'm sitting there talking to the owner, right? And then LeBron James, of course, comes and talks to both of us. I was like, "Is this like a normal Tuesday?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, and then D Wade was like right behind him. And it was, LeBron is so huge. And I've told this story before, but since you are a big LeBron fan, his head looks disproportionately small compared to his body. He looks like the giant. Do you watch the Umbrella Academy?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay. There's a giant in the Umbrella Academy whose body is disproportionate to his head. Like his head looks all tiny. And that's LeBron James.
Okay. I mean, well, I can't think of a person I know in my life that's 6'8". Like, I don't think I know one single person.
I know like
who's
one
6'8",
person,
so-
but he was like, in his 50s.
Yeah, and then you think like you pair that with supreme athleticism. Like the two just it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Like insane athleticism, not just that's so hard to make it in the NBA, into the
It's
NBA.
a skillful sport. It's not an athletic sport. Like I feel like, and this may be a bit ignorant to say, but like the NFL, like if you're a really good athlete, I feel like anyone will. I don't know. You can kind of make it like in some sort of aspect. Where the NBA is so I don't know. It's like it's a more skillful sport. Like
Well, at the top end, at the high end, like
Very
anyone can
individualistic,
play.
I would
Like the
say.
entry level to play the basketball is the lowest out of all the sports. Because even someone as terrible as me, who's half Jewish and half Asian, can just run around up and down the court.
all you need is a ball and a hoop. Like
Right,
you
yeah.
can you can play anywhere.
But when a good player steps on the court, it's so noticeable. Like it's ridiculous. Like you're just like, this dude is so much better than everyone, and he's just, dude. You go to the YMCA and people are just gunning threes, and it's all going in. Ding Productions is in the chat, everybody. All right. Excuse me. Let's get the show started with a couple super chats here. Jared Froman, the Lions laid a New York Jets-sized goose egg against the Panthers, and the Jets are now officially eliminated from the playoffs. The Jets are such trash.
They lost to Justin Herbert and pretty much just Justin Herbert.
The Jets are going to be monumentally bad. They're going to be the worst team Probably ever.
One of the worst
16.
of all time.
I think they'll win one of the two or one of the
Like I said,
last 3 games.
That's what I'm thinking. They like win like a one random game they're not expected to,
It's gonna be crazy. Now,
and it'll give Adam Gase a 4-year extension.
Throne, I have to ask you this though. You play Madden, right? Like you basically make your living from Madden, but you don't care about the NFL. Like,
but like the don't care is like, I mean, I don't, but like I know who Justin Herbert is. Like,
okay,
but like, no, I don't know the Chargers record. I don't know what are they like 7? They're 7-3, maybe. I don't know. They're good, right?
Right.
Like, all you have to know is that they just choke all the time.
Yeah, they lose. Yeah,
that's all you need. Every stereotype about the old Chargers is pretty much true today.
I don't know a fucking thing that happened this past week. Like that's the way I should put it. I'm the type of person. I'm in every fantasy league. I'm in like 3 leagues. I get convinced every year, and I stop setting my lineup because I just don't care. Like it's bad. Like I have to get texted every week. It's like set your lineup. I'm like, okay, I will, and I won't fucking do it.
I stopped playing because of that. Like
I need to stop saying yeah, but like I want to stay in contact, and it keeps me, in the group chat. I don't want to feel like the friend that like got away, like that now that they don't text because I fucking skipped out on fantasy football 1 year, but maybe it'll happen.
Now,
when I'm still in all 3 of my leagues.
When I had an office job, fantasy shit was the greatest because when I would go take a dump, like I'd take my phone in there and like change my lineup because you get that like 30 minutes or whatever of the day, just solo dumping, and I'd be like, let me just check my fantasy lineup. Now it doesn't matter because my entire day is structured around me pooping. So the pooping is the escape from goofing off.
Like, what's the glitch? Is you got to go to the bathroom with like 20 minutes left on your shift, like in the day.
Oh
and
yeah.
Like your day's over. That's the move.
I used to have a coworker that said there's nothing like getting paid to take a dump, and then he would like fold up a newspaper and like head out. I'd be like,
and everyone wondered, why do I spend so much time in the bathroom? It's because that's the only time we get our fucking peace.
I know. You know what used to bother me though was rolling in the office bathroom and someone has already squared up in the middle stall out of the 3. And you're like, what a bitch move. You're forcing me to sit next to you. You could have grabbed the corner and I'll grab the one closest to the sink. At least we'll have the buffers, that we'll have the demilitarized zone in between us.
Exactly. And if you have the chance, everyone goes for the handicap stall, man.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Come on. You get the room and the space.
But
every time.
You
take the middle stall?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right. You're forcing, like, because there's no Mexican stand. I'm shitting next to you, right? Like, you have made this uncomfortable. You're going to hear every fart that comes out of my ass.
I was going to say, are you like a shy shitter? Would you consider yourself shy or do you just let it out?
Oh, if it's got to go out, it's got to go out.
I'm super shy. I'm not making a single noise when someone's near me. Like in college, it used to be like the bathrooms would always be packed, and I would put my headphones on and just put them full volume, so even I wouldn't hear whatever I'm doing.
What are you afraid of? Like a toe tapper? Is that?
I'm just afraid of just like that's the guy that was just like making noise in there. Like,
no, the worst was in the office setting. Like all you see is someone else's shoes. And someone could have very distinct shoes, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that guy had fucking cauliflower for lunch." Holy shit! That like you'd be like, "That's the CEO," and he just like people notice because I have a friend that he's like every day the CEO at 2:00 takes the biggest, loudest dump like that you could possibly imagine. And
see, and now you just answered my question, like why you would be a shy shitter. Like that's it right there.
It's true.
I don't want people talking about about that.
Taylor every day at 4:00 just unleashes fury on there like he's fucking Brad Pitt so much in a fucking war movie.
What's he holding his hearts in all day?
Yeah.
Mike Shaw, urinating tree. Have you ever thought about doing the lolcow of the year at the end of the season?
Yes.
Interesting.
Weren't we considering like a dumpster fire awards ceremony?
We should do a dumpster fire.
You were considering
awards. We should. You know what? Let me write that down. Notebook.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad episode for like a special episode.
Hold on, let me write this down. Dumpster Fire Awards. So it'd be like lolcow of the year.
Lolcow of the year, greatest moment, greatest shit show. Most laughable moment. The Fuck 2020 award.
Fuck 2020 award. or
Yes, that's always a good one.
most laughable? I like that. You in a romper. Was that last year or this year?
I think that was the last year, I want to say.
It was.
I
But
think
me
it was
with the
just at
plunger
the
was
tail
this
end
year.
of last year.
All right. Throne, do you still continue to do self-harm on your stream?
Wait. I don't know. I've tried to be better. So, reference to the chat, I got banned on Twitch last year. I guess suspended indefinitely for taking donations to Shotgun White Claws because I just wanted to do one night. I got suspended indefinitely for it for quote unquote self harm. Anyway, I try to be careful. Yeah, they called it like taking donations for self harm, which I mean, I guess I kind of get it. They don't want
Not
people.
really, but
So if
They
you're
don't
a
wanna
Lions
incentivize
fan and
people
you take
drinking too much?
donations,
Oh.
all right. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No. Did you ever get your account back?
Yeah, I stream on Twitch now, but I try to be careful about drinking because just so many times it's like I don't know. It's like when you go out to a bar, you think about like obnoxious drunk people and just how out of touch they are with like sober society. It's like that, but then you're in front of thousands of people playing a rage-inducing video game.
the
Like,
key is moderation. I mean, if you
Yeah,
only have
so-
a couple, you're fine. But
Yeah.
like my situation is,
Yep.
I can't have one. I gotta have like 4 or 5, maybe 6.
see, I've always been that way too. If I'm drinking to like for purpose. Like I'm drinking
Mhm.
because I'm going out. I've never been a casual like let me have a beer at a ball game type person. So
Exactly.
I've
And
tried
it's just
to,
like it's just no
Mm.
matter what I drink and no matter the liquid, it's just like
Mhm.
down.
Sure. No, so I
Every
try to
time.
just get a little buzz, just a little buzz if I try to
So you'll
drink
go
and stream.
approach a female and just be like, "So,
Liquid
do you
courage,
like to
baby.
cuddle and watch Star Wars movies?" And
Mm.
then she's
See, I
like,
can't even do that if I'm drinking, but I'll dance when I'm drinking. That's the difference
Xanax.
between me when
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sober.
I
and
mean
drinking.
Xanax.
that's the big thing. It's like I can socially distance the dance floor with my awkward move. Maybe I can socially distance your legs.
I want to
later
see
tonight.
Tree do the cha-cha slide at a wedding. That's what I want to see. Left foot, left stomp.
Jesus.
Boom. Right foot, left stomp. Crisscross.
Oh, the
Alright.
basic white boy move. Oh, and the jungle dance, I think it's called. What? Boom, chicka, wow, wow,
Look,
wow, get
I don't
under.
wanna-
That song. That it's like that's every white person's wedding ever.
So, as I referenced earlier, being half Jewish and half Asian, basketball was meant to torture me. For some reason, I can dance. Like, that's like the only thing that I've been blessed with is the ability to have somewhat of a rhythm when on the dance floor. In college, I was known to break it down. Because I could pop, I could lock, I could do the whole thing with the shoulder. Anyway,
I'm so jealous. I can't even clap on beat.
Really?
I mean, I can try.
So
like-
dancing, so with you dancing is like even funnier than I'm imagining it.
Oh, it can be. I mean, I don't know. I've never had people like, "Oh, you're such a bad dancer," but like, I'm definitely not good if I'm sober. I'm super lame, but like, yeah, if I get like a few drinks in me, I'll be like the first person out there. And that's I want to be buzzing, not to there on stream. Like, I don't want to just have zero self-awareness. And like, that's what I was gonna say. I've had so many of those times where I'll like drink too much on stream playing this freaking video game, and I'll wake up and be like, "What the fuck happened?" And I'll like go watch my clips and be like, yeah, I
See-
should probably be a little more careful. Like.
Yeah, I
not
don't
the most
know how I
proud.
could get drunk on stream.
It's
We
not.
don't-
I wouldn't want to. No.
we don't usually drink on stream. I've been hard before, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
I've
we've
kinda
we've
stopped
all
that.
have. I mean, I
Yeah.
have been kind of sauced on stream.
Yeah, I noticed.
You gotta be careful. A little buzz is good. That's like ideal.
Big Chungus
NFL
01.
draft, I was kind of feeling it at the end.
Yeah. I think I drank a couple Twisted Teas that night. Big Chungus 01. Hey Tree, hope you're feeling better from the Rona. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. As I said, like I was at the tail end of it for the past week. I tested negative, oddly enough, and like I don't understand because I was around people that had it and I showed symptoms. It's like, okay, that just left me with more questions. But at that point, it's too late to get another test because I feel like it's already gone.
Did they test you for Yinzer?
Oh, that I probably unfortunately would test negative too. And I'd be more
according
confused.
to the Pittsburgh fans, right? You would test because you're not eating a Pittsburgher and calling people a bunch of jagoffs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bunch of jagoffs. Joey Overstreet, ha ha ha! I was right. You were wrong. Say it. But then we played the Saints, then the Chiefs, then the Panthers. So yay! But for now, Tree, say you were wrong. Yeah,
About what? The
The
Broncos?
Broncos did beat the.
They beat the Dolphins. Well, that's because Tua was running his mouth, and the Broncos defense was able to adjust to his weaknesses, and that's why they beat the Dolphins.
All right, let's start tier making so that we can get out of here. Looks like we got a good stream of super chats that are not bogging us down. And Taylor is going to start shotgunning White Claws for donations here.
Can I do that on YouTube?
No one can see you. So
Just say it's running for charity. Running for the Detroit Lions Victims Fund.
Well, actually, if you're like hypersexual like Belle Delphine, you can just show your boobs and get banned, and then be reinstated if you cry.
They just have to sell her some more bathwater.
I don't even think I can show my nipples on Twitch as it is. So
if he's drinking White Claws, he's basically drinking bathwater. So
Belle Delphine's bathwater. All right, Cardinals and
Ew,
the
you get the
Seahawks.
herpes.
Seahawks are back in the Super Bowl conversation, right? Even though they're quite sus.
That's sus as fuck, man.
I'd say division.
Division, no Super Bowl. Okay, who are you gonna put in? Who are you gonna put in the Super Bowl from the NFC? Because it's not the fucking Packers.
None.
It's not Tommy the Commie's fucking squad. It's got to be Super Bowl.
Just start off putting the Packers down there in the Jets trash.
Hey,
I would say that just because of how they treated Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
All right, I'll put him for
Fucking death threats for one fumble when you forgot he had the key reception that got you to tie the goddamn game in the first place.
Fine. Where do we put the Cardinals? Wild card? Wild card.
Wild card.
Yeah. Let's do another game. Steelers and the Jaguars. Steelers.
You know, Steelers stay Super Bowl. Steelers always stay Super Bowl.
Oh, here it comes. Go ahead. Go on your rant. Go on your rant.
I'm actually honestly more shocked that they didn't play down to their competition. I'm sitting there the whole week thinking, yeah, this is probably going to get ugly because we always lose to Jacksonville. Like the last time we went down there, we barely won because the Jags collapsed on themselves. And, the Steelers are always bad at playing down to competition. And Jake Luton, I thought, would go for like 300 yards and like 3 touchdowns. But he got destroyed. And the Steelers did well after the first quarter. They got kind of sloppy, but at the same time, they got it together. Trey Edmonds probably had his best performance as a safety. Like, they were pretty sound. They beat the shit out of a team that they should have beat the shit out of. So, you know what? I got no problems with it.
Look, if you make it to 10-0 in the NFL, the Super Bowl or the road to the Super Bowl goes through your
expectation.
House. Mm-hmm. It goes through your house.
Like, I don't think they're going to go 16-0. No. I think they have a chance of losing to Buffalo. I'm just hoping this Ravens game plays because I think it'll be another good game. Not just because of the injuries, but because, they are getting hit with the Rona pretty hard.
Everyone's getting hit with the Rones. All right, Jaguars are regular trash. They are very dedicated to their tank, though.
They are tanking hard.
I am jealous.
And honestly, if they want to tank, they should honestly fire Caldwell and Marone, but they should have done that last year.
Wait, so question: if the Jags are regular trash, like what constitutes a team as ultimate trash? Is
the New York Jets.
Yeah, if they
is
play,
it literally only the Jets?
Yeah, we only have
Okay.
one tier, and that's of ultimate trash, and that is strictly for the Jets.
Okay, all right.
I'd argue another team.
I forgot to explain the tiers here. Super Bowl division wild card. Sus is like you're not gonna make the playoffs, but you're not gonna get a high draft pick. You're like kind of in football hell. Regular trash, which is
Vikings, baby.
Which is every team that sucks and the entire NFC East, and then ultimate trash is a tier only for the Jets, only for them.
Okay.
Sean Pinkerton, 5 points. This beer's for you. Your video today had me pass out laughing when you added the Joe Montana clip of him saying he's going to rub one out. Cheers. Okay, just to give you a little background. Do you know how in skits when someone's talking and then they won't be talking on screen and then you'll hear the audio of their thoughts in their heads? Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone's like, I think that skit starts out with Phil Hartman looking at Jan Hooks, and he says in his head, like, God, I want to jump her bones. And he just looks at her. And then in her head, she says, God, I wish he would jump my bones. And then Joe Montana walks in, and he's Phil Hartman's roommate, Skip. And then everything that Joe Montana says out loud, he also thinks in his head the exact same thing. So he's like, it's very nice to meet you. And then in his head, it goes, it's very nice to meet them. Like, so at the end, he says he's gonna go upstairs and masturbate. That was a very long-winded way of telling a skit that I can imagine your faces are like my children when I try to tell them a joke, and they're just like, Dad, that's not funny. And yeah. All right. Move on to the next. Red Rhino 94. Jesus, Bungles, I didn't expect you to ruin Burrow's career that quick. Fuck. Are you guys gone? What happened?
I'm here.
I'm here. I just don't know. Yeah. Wrap that
Joe
up.
Burrow, F in the chat, boys. I know you guys F'd it earlier, but F it again. So
Light a candle for him.
I knew that offensive line was going to fucking kill Joe Burrow. I'm saying Andrew Luck because it's pretty close to that comparison at this point, but Jesus Christ. You saw him get destroyed every week. And it's just like, Jesus, you're going to kill this guy. Get him a line.
So
and then, wouldn't you, lo and behold, Michael Jordan makes a terrible block. He gets sandwiched by Chase Young with a great edge rush on Jonah Williams. Why the fuck is Bobby Hart starting at offensive tackle in the NFL? This team is garbage. Fuck everything. Why can't Mike Brown die already?
the thing is, when you watch the injury in slow-mo, you actually see his L's.
Yeah, you see his
popping.
knee pop out.
You see his L's popping like, oh, there's an LCL, there's an MCL, there's a PCL, and an ACL just getting torn. Like
You see his entire knee just like pop out. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it was as
that?
gruesome as Kevin Durant's ACL or Achilles
That's like,
getting sucked
yeah,
into
you've had
his
some gruesome
quad.
ones this year. Kyle Allen, Dak Prescott, now Joe Burrow.
How does that shit pop up on your Twitter feed and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this? Like I
Well,
skip it.
I
Every time.
randomly popped up on Red Zone. That's what I usually watch. It's like, oh
yeah.
God.
Same here.
What?
Was
Why
that
is
game
all
in
these
Popped
Washington?
up on my Twitter and I was like, no, I'm good. I'll pass. I'm sure it's bad.
The only
I
time
think-
I watch it is because I want to see how bad it is. Like, not in the fact of like in a morbid sense. I'm like, all right, what's his recovery gonna look like?
Okay.
Versus, oh my gosh, I want to see something horrible. It's more like, how long is he gonna be out for, based on
Okay.
what I see, and he's gonna be out for probably a year and a half, maybe even longer.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean,
Oh yeah.
this is pretty much the same injury that Carson Palmer had. And his mobility was not the same after that.
True,
injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burrow.
Why do the gruesome injuries of quarterbacks always happen in that fucking field?
Because the turf there is
Because the
terrible.
Redskins are a shithole and they built it on an Indian burial ground.
Might as well.
Everywhere in
think so.
Washington D.C. is an Indian burial ground. I mean, it's pick.
Well,
pick
what's
a
The
place.
entire country is an Indian burial ground. Let's face it.
It's true.
Well, that's why the British burned it down in 1812, because they knew it was a shithole and they needed to be rebuilt.
All right, the Panthers shut the Lions out, and now
That's shocking.
I think it's time for them to really consider firing Matt Patricia.
They should have fired him last year.
They should
That shit out of here.
Yeah, but
I knew he was going to be a bad hire from the moment he hired him. You want to know why? Because that defense was atrocious in New England. If you look back at early 2017, a bunch of people were calling for Patricia to be fired. Look at that Super Bowl against the Eagles. He got torched. His schemes got torched.
Yep.
And look what happened to that exact same defense over the past 2 years with Patricia gone. Their numbers went up across the board. And
Well,
that's not just Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore was 2017, I think.
they held a historically powerful Rams offense to 3 points in the Super Bowl without Matt Patricia's fucking fat ass.
Ryan Flores.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, here's the other thing is that New England, we all well know now, is a system team. It's Belichick's system. He plugs in the guys who fit the jobs that they have to do in that system. With Matt Patricia in Detroit trying to install his own system, he doesn't have enough talent to do all the jobs he wants them to do.
It's not even a talent. It's just like they bring in a bunch of former Patriots. Let's bring in, Trey Flowers, Jamie Collins. Let's draft our own Gronk. And they tried to get Gronk. I remember
JJ.
Yeah,
correctly.
let's get rid of
Danny
Darius
Shelton.
Slay.
Jeff Okuda, and he's getting fucking burned because he has no structure around him. Great.
Okuda's talented though.
Yeah, he is, but I'm worried.
Detroit's front seven really leaves a lot to be desired. There's no
It's
real,
nothing but former Patriots. 3 out of the 7 are former New Englanders.
and one's an ex-Bear, and he was a backup Bear at that, Christian Jones.
Yeah,
I
their
mean,
top tackle signing was like a backup. They paid way too much in Halapulavati Vaitai. It's like they're trying to be Belichick, but they don't understand what makes Belichick Belichick.
Can you say that name
Belichick is
again?
subtle.
Say that name again.
Belichick.
No, Halavuti
No.
Vaitai.
Halapulavati Vaitai.
What?
that's
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of. Pat Sajak, can I buy a vowel?
I
Samoan
like the
names, baby.
Who's the dude on? Is it the Packers? The Malafala? Bad Malafala?
Fuamatu Maafala.
Yeah, that's a bad Malafala.
That is a former Steeler.
Jared Russell, and like that, all of my false hope is gone. Okay.
Yeah. Cowboys actually look like a team again, which is shocking to me.
Well, they beat Thrones
They
Vikings.
nearly beat Pittsburgh. So yeah, they're starting at
Nearly. James
Lol,
Amadei, how
Vikings.
are we doing the NHL season with the Canadian border being closed? I think they're going to do like 4
I think they're just
bubbles.
doing separate
It's
divisions.
Canadian division.
Yep.
I hate that, by the way. I hate that proposed realignment where they're just Canada, it's its own division.
Problem is, there's no choice. Canada's not going to open up the border.
Taylor, name an
What?
active hockey player.
Oh my gosh, Sidney Crosby.
There you go.
All right.
Let's
You
go.
got one.
Yes.
You got one.
You,
Sidney
I think you would
Crosby.
do good
Good
on the
choice.
Wonderlic.
Good choice.
All right.
By the way, Throne, who's your teams of choice?
I'm so I was born in Minnesota, lived in Iowa, so I'm all Minnesota for pro. So Minnesota Timberwolves, Twins, Vikings. I'm a big LeBron
I'm
James
sorry.
dick rider,
My condolences.
which does stink. Big LeBron James
I used to
dick
live
rider.
in Cedar Rapids 3 years ago.
Oh, you're kidding? Really?
Yeah.
See, I actually don't mind Iowa. I went to school at Iowa State. And I'm from small town Iowa, but I live in Minneapolis now.
Fair enough. I mean, nobody really chooses to stay in small town Iowa.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been considering moving to Des Moines as of lately because that's like where a lot of my friends are. I know Des Moines is bad, but
a nice little town. It's
It-
like
it
so
is.
I live in Richmond, Virginia, and Des Moines is about the exact same
it's
size.
like comparable. Yeah.
And
Des Moines has really started to make its own little home in the Midwest as its own little cozy corner. I just
Yeah,
wish
no,
they'd promote the hell out of it more so that they could attract more tech companies and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean it's growing a lot and it's really young. A lot of my college friends and even high school friends moved there post college, and I was like, I kind of want to live in a bigger city, like, and I'll just make new friends and like keep my old friends. Nah, I don't do that. Like,
And
I'm
it's-
so to myself. Like, I need to live.
Well,
where
it's
I know
finally
people.
getting younger because all them tire factories closed back in the '80s, and all the old line people moved out, and now it's getting affordable and hip.
I would also suspect that the residents of Des Moines would not want to burn their own city down.
Yeah, I mean, I live in the city, Minneapolis. I live actually on the street that a lot of this stuff was happening. So it's been
I
pretty
like
rough
that.
this summer.
Minneapolis in the summertime is pretty nice. Minneapolis in the wintertime,
See,
Minus
I'm
40
starting
and
to
a
feel the
20-mile-an-hour
opposite.
wind.
Just because of how rough it was in the city this summer, like I didn't want to go outside at night. Like where
Yeah.
now, I don't know. Now nobody's out. Like,
I don't think anyone
There's-
wants to go outside right now.
well, it's
Nobody really
freezing.
wants to
It's freezing,
because
but
it's
like
freezing.
if I need to go out, like I can. I don't know. Like but anyway, like, and plus it's not even that cold here yet. Thankfully, somehow it's just kind of lingered on this like fall. It's not getting super cold. It's been kind of nice. So
Patriots and the Texans. Patriots, are they sus?
Yeah, I'd say sus.
Yes.
And the
4 and
Texans
6
are
you lose to the
trash.
Texans.
Texans are trash.
And
Mhm.
and watching Cam Newton try to throw that last Hail Mary,
oh my god.
woof.
That's
He does not have it in his arm anymore. His muscles are shot. His ligaments are shot. Any forward power he used to have on the ball is gone.
His mechanics are ugly because of the shoulder. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had to
He probably
readjust
can't-
to fix it.
He probably can't even throw the ball like he used to because his, however which way his muscles have regrown themselves into position, probably don't allow him to throw the ball like he used to.
It happens. He's fucked up. Titans and Ravens. All right, Kevin. Come on.
boy.
Come on, get your half-cocked opinion out and just get it over with.
Cocked, huh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you? Well, let me ask you a question. Did any of you watch that game?
Yes.
I didn't.
So, okay, was this more of a Ravens loss or a Titans win?
I'd say it's a mix of 50-50. I
Yeah,
have no
I
idea what the Ravens are doing with the play calling. I mean, I know they're battered on the offensive line, but I'm just sitting there like, what the hell are they doing?
Like the last play of almost like regulation when the Ravens are driving down the field to try and score the winning touchdown, and you want Lamar just to run the ball. I mean, you have the scrambling ability, you have the timeout, you can just do it. If you don't get to the first down marker, you can either go out of bounds or call a timeout. But they didn't. Lamar tried to throw to a receiver that wasn't there.
They are trying to force Lamar's weaknesses onto him because they don't have the blocking schemes anymore. I know Yonda retired. Ronnie Stanley, I think, is a death blow to them in terms of their running talent. And if they play this week, they're without J.K. Dobbins, a couple of their linebackers, and Mark Ingram. So they are going
from COVID,
to be
not from injury, from the Rona.
Yeah, from the Rona.
Oh yeah.
As
far as the Titans concerned, that was pretty ballsy coming down from 11 and to just take over that game. Like as soon as they got down, I believe Ryan Tannehill was like 12 of 14 on passing, and Derrick Henry was rushing.
That's the thing is I know that they did enough to win, right? Like they did what they needed to do to win, and that's Titans football, and they're headed for another 9-7 year.
Total 9-7, but
right.
Derrick goddamn Henry, that's all.
But
man.
they're likely
I would
be
get a paternity test for Derrick Henry. I think he's the father of Baltimore at this point.
Ooh.
If he was the daddy of Baltimore in about 20 years, Baltimore's going to have that hardball running scheme running to perfection.
Baltimore.
A.J. Brown might be the uncle. Did you see how he was running through Patrick Queen?
What the hell happened to Patrick Queen on that?
He just got bulldozed.
Oh, well, Queen got bulldozed, but that was earlier in the game, Queen got his helmet taken off by Derrick Henry's cleat.
Yes,
he did. I don't know who saw that, but I think he got cleated right in the face, right?
Yeah,
it was a cleat right in the face mask, and I don't know if it scrubbed his face, but it was damn close to it.
Yeah, Taylor, go watch that clip.
Oh, he did get lacerated. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't show up in your Twitter feed, Taylor, and you'll have to be forced to watch a man get a cleat in his face.
Hey, I'm not gonna watch it. I see a
video.
It doesn't
show.
Bad, not
it doesn't show blood, but it definitely shows the cleat going to the front end of the face mask and taking the helmet off.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Okay. People don't like gruesome injuries, but how come other people can watch like knockouts like all day,
well,
knockouts that bad?
Some of us are sociopaths.
Well, there's that, but there's also the fact that if you're watching boxing and you watch a knockout, you're not watching a bone go under the skin somewhere it's not supposed to.
True.
Like if you knock a guy out, his head is just getting ragdolled like a balloon, and he's down the canvas.
Not to mention
somebody take an elbow above the eye where you could like see into their brain.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Okay.
But if you're talking about like Queen's helmet getting ripped off by a cleat, there's no blood, there's no rearranging of bones, there's no shift in the skin. But if you're watching Alex Smith, Kyle Allen, or those are the ones that,
I'm kind of with Taylor because sometimes you'll see something in your feed of like something really violent happening, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Like,
I've seen stuff on Twitter that I just wish I would have never opened, like the worst of stuff.
Yeah,
and
like
I'm like,
that
how
one
is
dude
this?
that's just walking down the street and a tire comes out of nowhere. And okay.
I've seen worse shit than that, but like, yeah, that's a good example. Like, stuff that's like, why is this? And you get an instant unfollow if you like quote or retweet something that like really I feel like scars me. You're gone. Like,
you scarred me for no reason.
Yeah. No, I had to do that like probably 6 months ago. I was like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, why would you ever willingly put that on other people's Twitter feed? Like, you just gotta be a bit different to do that. But like, I don't know. No, but like blood doesn't bother me. It's just the second like ligaments or like bones start to get snapped. Yeah. I'd rather not watch it.
Wow, you have a weird stomach when it comes to what bothers you. Blood?
Does it bother you?
I
don't. Blood's like, I don't know. Blood's just like
Throne,
blood.
Just to give you some context, I'm a Bears fan, and I have been for a long time. And I've sat through both Johnny Knox and Zach Miller. Those hurt.
Yeah.
Johnny Knox got
Zach
folded
Miller one they
backward.
kept replaying, right? Because it was like a
Yeah.
it was like actually a
'Cause it was a
they
touchdown.
called-
It was-
They turned around the touchdown, didn't they?
How can you turn over the touchdown? Because we know that both of his feet are down because one of his feet were 3 feet forward because his leg bent the wrong way.
Yeah. Who is it
Fucking
that
hell.
someone also? I think was it Alden Smith that got an interception or something and then broke his leg like backwards and then they overturned the interception and then he got carted off when he was a Niner. I think so.
Oh,
Excuse me.
I remember that. It was the NFC Championship
Yes.
game, and some guy just threw like something at him. That was fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Joey Overstreet, ha, I'm already a nomination for the most laughable. Fingers crossed. I win. I'll start writing my speech now for context. I said the Broncos were going 10-6. No, you said they were going 11
They were going
11
11
and
and
5.
before that. Stop trying to rewrite history, okay? No appreciation for that. Beast of Metal 1989, I paid the $500 to force Schlosser into the romper on December 30th. The video was shown on January 6th. Oh, there we go. A clarification. That was
Interesting.
the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It wasn't funny to me.
A fat
Thank you,
man in a
asshole, for making me
romper.
do that bet.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's
Fuck you,
way
EA.
funnier than shotgunning White
Yeah.
Claws for money.
You can say fuck you, EA, all you want, but hey, just
Yeah.
remember this: the plunger is always coming.
It's always coming.
That'll be a
Irvin Alvarado and so Taylor, you
Yeah.
don't know this, but on draft day, which is usually the site of the most humiliation on this show, I'm gonna have different plungers that people can pay to have that I will suction to my head. I'll have different tiers for each one.
People are going to be paying a bit for those.
Yeah, there'll be a
You're gonna get- that's a
250
big payday.
Because last year, I as a joke, I said for $500 I would take the plunger in my house that I have and put it on my head, thinking no one would do it. And then Hiei, who's on the stream, did it, and so I had to go.
Oh,
take the-
yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One thing you should do. Did you see the World Series trophy for the Korean Baseball League? It's like this
No.
giant sword. What you should do is just like have the plunger and then the sword on top of it for one of the plungers.
Okay.
Seriously, look it up. It's like a badass sword.
Don't stab yourself in the head, though.
I know. I'd probably put it in like front waist. It's like, oh shit, I'm dead.
Who won the trophy?
The Giants.
NC somebody.
Oh, the Dinos.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Giants.
the Dinos.
Okay, I don't see the Korean baseball trophy. Oh,
Yeah, it's like a giant sword.
The sword and the stone.
Mm-hmm.
oh no, yeah, I see it.
It's like it's
Yeah,
supposed to be
there
a
we
giant
go.
trophy, but I think they
Oh,
couldn't
that's
do it.
pretty
this year.
badass.
It
Holy
is.
shit.
It's like I want a sword.
I want a fucking sword. Hell yeah. The Korean World Series is a giant sword from a video game.
Mm-hmm.
It's no piece of metal.
No.
No, that is the ultimate piece of metal.
Mm.
All right, let's get through some games. Come on. Quit distracting me. Eagles Browns. The Eagles looked like shit and Carson Wentz looked like shit.
I want people fired.
I don't blame you.
Not gonna happen though.
The
They're still
Eagles
waiting
are
to do
somehow in first place at 3-6-1, trailed by a half game by the rest of the division.
And they all
We
cut
did
up.
some Hiei math over on the tree server, and it's possible the Eagles win the division with 3 wins, but also 3 ties.
Please do it. Do it. Please do it.
Do it.
Who do you want fired? Dodge, who do you want to have fired from this?
Honestly, I think Doug is done. I think he's cooked here.
He was
Winning
not
a
the reason
Super
you won
Bowl
a
is
Super
not
Bowl.
enough. Winning a Super
You-
Bowl.
He's not the reason we won the Super Bowl. He really wasn't.
To be completely honest with you, I think Carson
We had a
Wentz,
whole
if
ass
he gets
discussion
traded
about
anywhere, I'd say
this.
Indianapolis. He did his best with Frank Reich, and I think he needs just like to reset.
You think it was Frank Reich?
Well, Reich, Stefanski, and Nick Foles having
And
3
I
great
still
games.
want our strength and conditioning coach to get. I still want our strength and conditioning coach to get fired too, because we still have so many goddamn injuries on both sides of the
But
ball,
you know what?
and it happens every game.
I don't think you can blame that.
Every game, somebody goes down hurt.
Everybody, injuries are freak.
Kelsey keeps getting hurt. Fletch keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's 2020 though, because every single team has had at least one or two star players or one or two very good players just have like ACL tears or something like that.
It happened last year.
But if it happened last
Too,
year, then
though.
yeah.
It happened in 2019 too, though. This isn't just a 2020 thing.
I thought it happened in
Yeah.
2018.
I don't know.
This-
Uche kind of changed my perspective on injuries. Like Taylor, like isn't your brother like didn't he play D1 or something like that? Wasn't
No. Smaller school.
Okay. And you're a decent athlete, right? Like
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't got much left anymore. I can still swing a bat. That's about it.
would you say that injuries come from bad play or bad preparation?
I was almost gonna say, like, I feel like some people are just more injury prone. Like, it's almost genetic. Is that stupid to say? That some people are just
No.
more prone to being injured?
No.
Because
Like, genetically?
No.
only the times I've only been injured have been on like freak shit. Like I remember one time I hit a double, like I just hit a frozen rope into the gap, and coming out of the box, I just heard something pop in my leg, and it's a move I've made a million times, and I just was like pop. I was like, oh shit, like it had nothing to do with.
See, but that seems like an injury prone type person injury, but like you'd consider yourself not.
No, because that's the only injury I've ever had in my life, and it was
Okay.
gone in a week. But
I thought that you made it sound like it was like bad. Like,
no. It was like
Okay.
it was like a quad strain or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's the only injury I've ever had. But like I could tell though, it's like I didn't do anything different. It had nothing to do with like preparation or all of the stretching or whatever. Like it just happened. Like I think that happens to a lot of people. Some people are just injury prone though, like Sam Bradford. Mm-hmm.
I'd agree. But yeah, no, I have three brothers actually. All of us played sports our whole lives. Two of them played in college. And none of us have really suffered a serious injury like ever. I think my one younger brother maybe had like a hairline fracture when he was like a freshman in high school, like playing basketball. That was like it. So I don't know.
Thrones are tough.
Like, but we're not explosive either. We don't know how to we're not good jumpers, runners, anything. Like we're just I don't know, like so there's obviously a huge difference between us and the people that are also, at D1 levels and actual professional athletes too.
Right.
So.
Right. You're the Thrones are reliable. Irvin
Yeah, really.
Alvarado. NFC least is like Operations Desert Storm's highway of death. All the tanks from New York to Dallas destroyed in one graveyard. A football team's battle for Laldom. It's a sight to behold, seeing carnage. Yeah, the NFC East.
It's absolute equity, and I love it. 3 wins apiece for every team in week 11.
Yeah, the Giants, who started 0-6, are in position to win the fucking division.
And that's the worst case scenario because nothing changes. And then you'll be bitching about Dave Gettleman next year.
People are asking me on Twitter, they're like, hey, can the Giants pull off the run? I'm like, they've played 2 terrible teams. Okay. 2 terrible teams, which makes up 66% of their wins. And yes, they have played better, but you saw how trash the Eagles were against the Browns. And then the Giants beat up on them. Like, the Eagles are a bad team. And yeah, you can make excuses for the weather, but the Browns, like, that the score is not as close as it even indicates. Browns are a wild card team.
I would never make excuses for the weather.
No, I agree.
You deal with what the climate you get.
Yes.
Okay,
Like, they have no weapons. They have no line. Their defense has always been iffy at best and injured. Carson Wentz is like, he's regressed. Like, his form's off. His confidence is completely shot. He has nowhere to throw it to because he doesn't have the weapons. Like, fuck it, I'm just going to chuck it somewhere and just hope someone catches it.
Your
best weapon right now is Travis Fulgham.
Yeah, and for me, a Giants fan, I'm usually
And we didn't even use him.
Yeah, I'm a Carson Wentz apologist. Like I always like.
Same
"Man,
here.
that guy
Like I
fucking-"
think the issue's more coaching instead of Carson, but like
Gentlemen,
it's not even you're not able to hide it anymore. Like
I
he
must
has
ask a quick question in this regard. In the comparison of Goff and Wentz, though, would you see if Wentz continues in this decline of that sharp of decline of play, would you be able to say it was kind of like a Drew Bledsoe and Rick Meyer sort of situation? Kind of because the thing is, people don't realize Rick Meyer actually had better rookie stats than Drew Bledsoe did. And so for a brief period, they actually had him. They used to crap on Bledsoe initially, that doing like 93, 94. Then obviously Rick Meyer became Rick Meyer and fell off a cliff.
problem with Goff is that he has that awful contract, and that's going to hang over him for a
See,
long time.
The thing with Wentz is like, as long as he's healthy, I think he'll bounce back. But I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
If
like
he has a supporting cast that can actually catch the ball, then yeah, he will.
his
it will
problem
work.
is with no line. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
like Burrow.
I mean that's the biggest
And then
thing
he's
that
gonna
people
be
are
fucked.
ignoring. Like 4/5 of his starting line at minimum is gone, and
Saints and the
Kelce's probably playing hurt.
Saints and the Falcons. Saints are they a Super Bowl contender now with Taysom, the Mormon Rocket?
I say division still. Their
No.
offense was like, but the defense just beat the shit out of Atlanta. I mean, that's what the peak New Orleans defense should be.
Yeah.
And Atlanta's not exactly a slouch on offense, but they beat the shit out of Matt Ryan.
I like how they pulled the move. They were like, "We're gonna start Jameis," and then at the last minute, they're like, "We're gonna start the Mormon Missile."
Because they knew that if they started Jameis, he'd have like 4 interceptions.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it's that. I think it's also the fact that they're paying Taysom Hill $21 million this year. I think.
20 million. He probably knows the playbook more.
Wait, actually, is that how much it is?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even
Yeah.
make sense.
did they?
Well, that's why the
franchise-
Saints are way over the cap for next year.
I remember the contract being bad. I didn't know it was that much.
He's gonna be
Jeez.
the
Yeah, they
starter.
overpaid because he was an RFA and they were worried about losing him.
Well, it ends up paying off because Drew Brees had what 18 cracked ribs out of how many ribs that you have?
Yeah, like 12 and a collapsed lung.
Yeah, he had 12 ribs collapsed and then or 12 ribs broken and a collapsed lung.
Yeah, I hope that's just not the end for him. I mean, I know I've been ragging on him for his decline, but I mean, you don't want him to go out like that.
So one time I had a strained rib from jujitsu, and just having one rib hurt is the worst ever. Like for it to
Because you
hurt.
can't move.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's like when it hurts to breathe.
Yeah, that makes it even
Because
worse.
you got no choice. You have to fucking breathe, right? You can't just be like, let me try to breathe a different way. You're just like, ow, ow.
Serious.
All right, you read quickly the next 4 super chats.
Yep, Beast of Metal 1989. I see the Steelers decided to challenge themselves by only showing up in even numbered quarters. Good thing the Jags didn't show up in any quarters.
Yep, they kicked their ass.
Marquez Riley. Steelers are still undefeated. Also, a lot of college football games were canceled or postponed. And my state of Georgia is going through a runoff. With the Senators, right? I think they are, yeah.
No, the
Beats the
Senators
metal.
aren't in Georgia; they're in Ottawa.
No,
I'm talking about the.
I know I'm making a stupid joke. Anyway,
Yes. For all the
No, I thought
marbles.
they were in Washington.
Mhm.
Beast of Metal 1989. Get an antibody test. If you had it recently, you'll still have those and they should show up, assuming your lab of choice is competent. Guessing that's about the COVID.
Where do you get an antibody test? Can you?
I don't know. Is it with blood work?
I think like the CVS test, the rapid test is only for active.
Like, yeah, active symptoms. And like, it's just. My sister was bitching about it because, like, you do it yourself. It has to be done by a nurse. It's like, okay.
All right, okay. Let me ask everyone. Oh, so Throne, do you know anybody that's had COVID?
Plenty.
Yeah. Remember, like 6 months ago, it's like, you know anyone that has COVID? And the answer would be like, no. Now it's like, I know more than one. At least
It's actually
I know.
really hard.
Okay.
I have a trainer and he's pretty like it's my sister-in-law's older brother and he's pretty anti like it being even a thing. And so like, you know how hard it is when you're like working out and you like have to have a conversation and stuff like that comes up. I just keep my mouth shut and just like maybe like giggle. Like I'm not getting into a conversation about like it just doesn't think it's real. Like doesn't think people have it. Like I don't know. It's so odd. But yeah, no, I've known a lot of people.
I
that have
tend
had
to
it.
think that like
when he
people,
starts losing his sense of taste.
People
Yeah, no
have
kidding,
they're like two different extremes. It's the ones that like your trainer that think like, oh, it's just the
Yep.
flu, it's not a big deal,
Or
or
doesn't
I'm
even
gonna
think that.
die.
It's
Like
even
I
less.
had a light viral load, so I didn't really get that much, but my brother got the shit beat out of him. Like he
No,
was
it
the
definitely
one I
happened.
probably got it from, and his wife got hit pretty hard too.
But,
And then,
like,
then there's the other side where it's like, oh my
Mhm.
god, we're all gonna fucking die. We need to shut everything down
Yeah.
for like months on end. It's like there's no middle ground. Protect the
there isn't.
people you need to protect. Understand that yes, it's out there, but let us live our lives.
Well,
That's the
welcome
way
to
you deal with it.
bipartisanism.
Well-
Welcome to bipartisanism, and like, I mean, to be honest, like
s-
they're closing gyms now in Minnesota, and like what I kept
Yeah.
thinking of is
That's stupid.
I've been in the gym for the past 6 months. I am never in contact with people at the gym.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah. Like,
and
for
thankfully,
me,
I
it's
still have
like
access
I go
to it,
late.
but-
Do you wear your mask in the gym?
I'm there during the day, and like I mentioned, it's because it's his gym. He doesn't make me wear a mask, like, and I don't like. Probably should. I don't have contact with anybody. It's usually like me and maybe 2 other people in this
The pro-
giant Anytime
Dude,
Fitness.
the
like,
gym?
The thing with a gym though is like if you wear a mask when you're doing cardio, it's near impossible to do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no,
Especially for
no,
women.
there is no middle ground with it. But like, yeah, then my younger brother had COVID this summer, which like was weird in general. He didn't get a single symptom. Like, so his experience was
That's
very
what I
weird.
mean. Like there are people who get like
Well,
lots of symptoms, test
and then-
negative. People who have nothing test positive.
Yeah, and then we want to talk about the transmission of it, how odd it can be. So it was a slow pitch softball tournament, and one person on our team tested positive. That weekend, I did dabs out of the same rig as this guy. I didn't
you
get it.
Hmm.
His girlfriend he was sleeping with didn't get it. My younger brother just got it, being on the team with him. Like, it is so odd. It's
I'm hearing
so
there's
weird.
a lot of false negatives in those tests.
Yeah, I could see that.
So like I'm sitting there like I got symptoms. I had dry
I didn't
cough,
get
I
any.
had fatigue, I got like a little dizziness. I'm like,
Hmm.
whoa. And it's just like, wait, why am I testing negative? I had symptoms.
I don't know.
Mm.
It's weird. It's weird. The testing's not reliable either.
Of
I
course
don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Niner Wire, all due respect to the Yinzer, but Cowboys name redacted game should get a special Thanksgiving vid. That's good. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Prime time tank
Happy
division
Thanksgiving.
is too good for sports ball. That's making it into
Well, let's put it this way. I might have little something special cooking this week.
Thanksgiving. All right.
No, next week, I mean.
What's up, Darian, by the way? We saw Black Flags Matter.
What's up,
in the
man?
Chat. All right, let's do a couple more games here. We're getting derailed, like arguing over COVID.
Yeah.
We're not really arguing. We're just
Agreeing.
No, we're just talking about
Dude,
it. We're not really
I just want to
arguing.
add one point. The gym now, post COVID, is lit because nobody's in there. I love
Yeah, it's
working
dead.
out in an empty gym. That is my favorite shit.
Dude,
That's
I
what I was
love
trying
it.
to
It's like
say.
their
How
own
is it a
gym.
risky place? Nobody is in the gym.
Well,
There's
the problem
no.
is they're like going with scapegoats. It's gyms, restaurants, movie
Yeah.
theaters, everything else. Yet, I mean,
Trains.
you're more likely to probably get it at a supermarket or like out in the street.
Mm,
But whatever.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
also the political element of that as well, and all that.
Oh,
shit.
it's all political, dude.
Yeah,
Of course.
Well, it's amazing
It's all-
how all the smartness in the world can only boil your opinion down to one of two, right? All the
Oh yeah.
intelligent
I mean, it's like,
and
do you believe in
multifaceted-
like?
The experts, guys. Trust the experts.
It's not the experts. It's about the science. Even though you cherry pick the science, but whatever.
science has been wrong on a lot of shit. Okay,
But it's
Science-
the
science
science,
is wrong,
man.
but science is continually asking the question to make it right.
true, but
Exactly.
science.
Why are we
Remember, they used to
telling
think.
everybody, like this is all.
Hold on, they
Then
used
why
to
are we-
think that
Yeah.
bacteria couldn't grow in the stomach, right? And
Yeah,
they-
but then somebody else thought differently. They tested it. It was
Well-
reviewed by their peers, and then it was accepted as the new science.
Scientists used to think that the trace amounts of radiation being let into the atmosphere were from nuclear tests was not harmful. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing, though. The thing is, I don't have an issue with
So-
that. I mean, things change with that, but it's the people who treat it as like an absolute dogma that can't be changed. That's the people I have issues
Yeah,
Sci-
don't consider science as dogma unless you're dealing with things that are absolute, like gravity or sunlight or things that we all clearly know are going to happen.
The sun
Sunlight is
revolving
bullshit. I don't
around.
know what you're talking about. Anyway,
So the Earth is flat.
the Earth that's
Oh, my
flat.
God.
The moon landing was a government
Gravity is
conspiracy.
some bullshit.
Sun revolves around the
All
Earth, baby.
magnets.
Where's Galileo?
knew-
We need to burn him at the
didn't believe in
stake.
science.
The Earth is the center of the universe, and the moon is made out of cheese.
I
Hey,
believe in
and moon
science.
cheese probably tastes really good.
No, the moon is where Jesus lives, and he always watches you do dirty
He's
things
got
at
a
night.
base.
He lives on the dark
45
side of the
times
moon,
a
doesn't
night.
he?
All right. Washington and the Bengals. The Bengals have been
Bengals are
destroyed.
Jets level trash. Put
Yeah.
them in fucking Jets level
All right,
trash.
Yeah, they are trash.
They are a
They're-
trash
they only
organization.
get worse.
Without Burrow, they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they,
let's
I don't
go.
think they win another game. Giants, congratulations on 4 wins.
Yeah. Thank you. Paul Malia, please change Jets trash tier to stay in school. Okay. Beast of Metal 1989. I thought Trey Edmonds was running back who was on and off the practice squad for 2 years and not the athletically gifted but incompetent safety. Oh, did you meant to say a different Edmonds?
You're thinking Terrell Edmonds.
Yes, that's who you meant to say earlier.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Shit.
called
Trey
him
Edmonds
Trey
is the running back. I keep getting them mixed up. Tremaine Edmonds is on the Bills.
Taylor, how many times do you mispronounce something and the normie YouTuber just...
I'm not that bad with it.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't
people
think
shit
I
on me
am.
all the time.
But,
It doesn't
I
matter
mean,
what you do. Spelling error. It'll go after you.
My biggest thing in Madden is it'll be like there'll be like a receiver open downfield, and it's always at certain timestamp B was open. Like, how'd you not see him? And I'm like, okay, well, dude, you know more about the game than I do, clearly. Like,
Right.
it's a lot of armchair quarterbacks, and
Yes.
which is like funny because I don't think many people are good at Madden. So, but like, whatever. Also, by the way, how the hell are the Bengals in the Jets tier? I thought it was only for the Jets. Like, what's the difference between the Bengals and the Jags now? I don't get this.
Well, because the Bengals just lost their franchise quarterback and may have altered his career.
Oh, look at...
I thought it was for the Jets.
Look at Throne telling us that A was open on this play. This is our show, buddy.
Oh, dude, no matter what happens, you're going to get shit
I'm
on.
trying
It's
to
the
understand it.
inevitability of
Earlier, I
life.
asked the question. You guys go, no, that's for the Jets only. You know
All
if you
right,
watch
you know
the show,
what?
basically.
What?
Mr. Rule Enforcer here has us putting the Bengals back in the regular
I was
trash.
just asking, why are the Jags in regular trash if the Bengals are going to be in ultimate trash? That was all I was asking. I was always
He's
asking.
Paul blarding on you right now. He's
My bad,
mall
my bad.
copping
Okay.
so hard.
Put the Bengals back in your tier that
No,
you
no, no,
decided.
No. Rules are rules. Rules are rules.
I love
Yeah,
that.
the rule is the Green Bay goes in the ultimate trash next to the Jets.
Okay. When Tom shows up. Craig Kramer,
He'll
the
be here,
Jets
I'm
are
sure.
tanking harder than anyone has ever tanked. Even FSU has helped the cause by not playing this weekend. College football is a disaster. The Fugazi champion, if they ever even get that far. Yeah, Dabo Swinney keeps dunking on FSU. Too bad Clemson had a player that was symptomatic, practicing all week, exposed basically everyone, and FSU didn't want to play. And then Dabo is like clowning FSU for not wanting to catch COVID. I'm like, Dabo, shut the fuck up. Like, they don't want to catch it from you. You just had a COVID outbreak. I don't know, man.
His name sounds like a freaking kid's cartoon mascot.
Dabo Swinney. I will be very
Like,
happy
hey,
though when he
It
fucks
sounds like
up.
a character from the Hunger Games.
That's true. I'll be very happy when Dabo fucks up and he's the head coach at Auburn, because that'll be fun for me anyways. Beast of Metal 1989. This is why I said Burrow should have held out to force a trade. Instead, he got to die alive, i.e. his entire kneecap destroyed on live TV. Their next top QB prospects needs to heed this lesson. Burrow was meant to go home to Ohio. It's just bad. It's just a bad situation, and
He clearly never remembered his childhood,
yeah,
which is you leave Ohio for a reason.
yeah. Go be good somewhere else.
Exactly.
All right, we are at the Jets and the Chargers, and Chargers are sus now, right?
They still
No.
They're still trash until they can otherwise prove they can close out
Yeah,
games.
they're trash.
They're trash because
And
the
then-
only thing they have is Justin Herbert.
And then the Jets are just regular trash.
They
Hopefully
hardcore
don't-
trash.
Because we can't put them in their own tier of trash, apparently.
Yeah, but aren't the Chargers' offensive line at least somewhat competent?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's actually
Herbert's
been
good.
good. I find it
Herbert
funny.
hasn't been getting killed.
Herbert's
Yeah.
No, but he's been putting up good solid stats, to be honest, man. I mean, he's been pretty good, if I'm gonna be honest.
I think they did it with. I think they're doing it without Mike Pouncey, right? I think he's
Yeah,
been
they're
out
out
for a
with
year. I
him.
know Okung's been out for a while.
Mike Michael Williams came out of nowhere. He stepped up to the plate pretty well.
So I think San Diego's future is bright. I don't know if Anthony
Do they
Lynn will
have
be
to wear
in it,
shades?
but I think
No,
I don't know
future's
about
bright.
that. Not with
San
Spanos.
Diego.
It's a microcosm of like USC. You just
And
have
I
a
will-
terrible head coach and a quarterback who's doing all he can to give his coach the finger and prove that he's at least capable of something.
I just wish it wasn't for the Chargers because fuck Dean Spanos.
Yeah.
But
It's an
they're
art
the
house
LA
anyway.
Chargers.
Yeah, what do you think about San Diego having a football team? Do you think they should have a football team?
I love
I think it'd
San
be a good
Diego.
They
market.
had a team. They were called the San Diego Fleet in the AAF.
Yeah, they were.
I love the
Yeah.
town of San Diego.
I still call him San Diego, man. I mean, it's kind
Everyone
of a
calls it.
Oh,
San
it's
Diego.
it's impossible. You'll make mistakes. Like I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
the same thing
can't
with
see the
Washington.
lightning bolt, the little lightning bolt logo, and not think, "Hey, San Diego Chargers."
I'll say the St. Louis Rams sometimes.
Hey,
That's a bad
No.
one.
I
Hey,
mean,
they
I
already had a
still have
home
to
here.
readjust myself to saying Las Vegas instead of Oakland.
Okay, that
Yeah.
one's impossible. That one is impossible. I say Oakland all the time.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Raiders epitomize Oakland. They're gritty. They do things their own damn way, even though everyone else has told them the right way to do it.
And they're violent as fuck.
And they're violent as fuck. And they say, "Just fucking win, baby."
Just win, baby. Dolphins and the
That's-
Broncos. Dolphins, everyone was slurping on the Dolphins, and now they're back to being shit. Tua
Everyone.
gets benched
Everyone's
for
calm.
Bryony Fitzpatrick.
I think it was just a blip. I feel like they'll get bounced back.
Are
And they needed
sus,
that.
or are they a wild card team?
I think they're sus at this point.
Yeah,
Guys,
back
roses are red. Chevy sells trucks. Even after that game, Drew Lock still sucks.
Ooh.
Mm.
Very nice.
He found a word that rhymes with
Oh, here comes that crazy
Oh boy,
guy.
here
That's
comes
talking
11
about
and
10 and
5.
6. Oh, you're gonna gloat. Oh, good job.
All right, you
You're
ready to
beating a
revise your
quarterback who
pick?
got exposed. Congratulations.
Oh, let me unmute him here. Okay, come on, Joey. What do you need to say? Joey, speak.
My gratitude and joy. So I'm going to introduce you all to my cousin, Bowie Boverstreet.
Oh,
Let's go Broncos!
Oh,
You
dear.
fucking suck, Tua! You should have never been drafted. Nah, I'm joking.
that was pathetic.
That's all. That's all you
No,
gotta say.
I
okay,
can't.
out of
I
here.
have-
That must
I
sound like the
have to admit,
Broncos'
I have to
performance.
admit.
They want to do a lot of stuff, but they
Out.
can't because
Uh-huh.
mom's in the other room.
Out. Gone.
Love you.
Well,
Mom's very
So,
disapproving.
but the truth is, the reason we won was because we actually utilized this thing called the running game. We didn't just make Locke throw bad passes. We actually used Gordon and Lindsey.
I think it was also team defense that helped out a ton too.
Oh, absolutely. The defense destroyed the Dolphins, man. The defense destroyed Tua.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where the hell was that defense all season long?
Exactly.
Hey, you know what? It's better to have a defense late. It's better to have a defense at some points in the season than not have one at all.
It's crazy how
And Discord.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Donovan.
Everything.
Donovan got. Beast Metal 1989. The Bungles are what the Colts could be if Jim Irsay was too cheap to be a cokehead. Hey now, it's an insult to cokeheads. Caden Olam. Yes, Des Moines represent. There you go, Des Moines in the
Hey!
house.
Hey,
There
Yeah.
you go.
There's
I'll
a
be right
publishing-
back, boys.
There's a publishing company out there, Meredith. They're headquartered in Des Moines. They make better homes and gardens, or they used
Yes,
to.
they do.
Uh-huh.
There's also a shirt company based in Des Moines. It's called Ray Gun. If you ever heard of them,
Oh,
I have.
okay.
oh, I'm sure you have.
I've never seen more corn in my life than in the Midwest.
Do you know
I
something
mean,
funny?
yeah, they all look the same once you get in that Iowa, Missouri, area, Nebraska,
I've
even
never
Illinois.
s-
Yeah.
I've never seen an ocean of corn, and then you just go out there and you're just like, this shit. Like where I live, like there's a field of corn, right, and there's like an end to it. When you go out there, it's like you're swimming, like you.
And soybeans. There's a lot of soybeans.
Yeah, soybeans. Don't forget.
Yep.
Mhm.
But that's the shit where if you're in the middle of it, you need to like a beacon or a flare or some shit for someone to come rescue you. Like you can't.
No,
just
if you
walk
go-
out of that shit.
No. Oh, hey.
Seriously, if you walk in one direction, you will hit a train track at some point.
Blocks are only like a mile between roads and everywhere. Or
Yeah,
sorry,
all the
It's
roads
insane,
are gridded.
though.
Like
It's so deep.
Gotta walk
it
a
just
half
goes
mile
forever.
max.
Yeah, but all the county roads are gridded though. You have a dirt road every 1 mile.
I grew up on a dirt road. I grew up on a gravel road.
Really?
Yeah, and it was a gridded road. Your road either
Yep.
ran east, west, or north, south.
Yep.
See?
Isn't
Did
Slipknot
you
from
crawl-
Des Moines?
Did you crawl to the state border by the time you were like 4? You were just like, oh,
I mean,
I'm here.
I basically could. I grew up like a mile and a half from the border, like literally, just in farmland.
Oh, are you like literally next to that casino that's at the Iowa Minnesota?
Oh my
border?
gosh, Diamond Joe! That's the exit of that's where I
Yes.
live.
Yes.
How do you know
I've
that?
I've driven past the Diamond Joe more times than I care to count.
This giant water tower off I-35 that just says casino, like big lights.
Where
and-
dreams come to
Always
die.
bring
Or
that up.
no,
It's funny,
the
though.
worst part of it is that a couple. So I drove. I went and did New Year's. I did a New Year's at Minneapolis over 2017. So I drove from Cedar Rapids up to Minneapolis.
Okay.
And I was driving up in the afternoon. It was getting dark early, and I come rolling up towards the Minnesota state line, and just in the distance, you can't help but see it. They built this big fucking LED scoreboard television thing
It's
that's
weird
now
looking.
part of their exit sign, and it is like the brightness is all the way up to 300 on it.
Well, they
and
need to
it's the
attract
middle of
you
the
like
night. Yes.
a moth. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, it attracts the moth, but it'll attract me to drive off the fucking road and into the guardrail if it doesn't turn the brightness down.
All right, guys.
thought you knew
you're-
that.
Yep, you're gonna reminisce about Casino Joe here. Craig Kramer,
Yep.
thank God for Uncle Steve and the new Bobby Bonilla Day, July 2nd, 2021, where he will get a Happy Gilmore sized check. Springer Bauer and DJ will be Mets. Yeah, so the Mets apparently are going after everyone.
That's what I figured they would do.
Add JT Realmuto to that target.
Yeah, I think Realmuto is going to be the big sign for them. I think isn't Bauer like in a sweepstakes right now?
They're in a bidding war. Do you know who Trevor Bauer's agent is?
I think it's like some really hot chick, right?
Yes, Rachel Luba. Look her up. Oh,
Yeah, she's a smoker.
Smoke show.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Rachel Luba or Rachel Zuba?
No, it's Luba. Luba. She's a redhead lawyer. Oh.
Oh God, redhead too. Jesus, no.
I think I know what Tree's going to be thinking about the next time he's in his local high school bathroom.
Yep.
No, you mean 5 points in his office bathroom.
Oh, well, hey, at least that's where you're supposed to do it, right?
That's what you're
All right.
supposed to do it, huh? Okay.
All right, we might be getting a little personal, but Taylor, did you ever have an office job of any kind?
Yeah.
You ever rub out a batch in the bathroom?
No. Dude, the number of times I wanted to though, but I couldn't do
Exactly.
it.
See?
Now
Everyone-
I was talking about this the other day. I was like, thank God I'm self-employed.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like you want to just go. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna go rub out a batch. I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. You don't even
my
get up from your
God.
desk, Tree, do you? You don't even bother to get up.
No, I get up from there every once in a while.
So here in the background is Rachel, and she is a
Yeah.
smoke show. I'm not even showing the full effect of her. Like her
Damn.
body. Her
Now that
body
is something you do
sick.
not stay 6 feet apart from.
Like
you
she
cling
has
to
a
that
gymnast body, and it's redonkulous.
Mhm.
Redonkulous. But anyways, we got to do some games before. You know what? I'm just gonna have to go rub out a batch. All right. Good.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, leave up your. See what I told you, man? It's like, just don't.
control it.
Here's a word of advice, dude. Just put a little post-it note on top of the webcam so none of us can see your junk.
All right.
It
Hold
just
on.
has-
Here we go.
Just remind me to never, ever,
Oh.
ever borrow the
All right.
controllers at Throne's house.
hey, yeah, you got a good point. You got a good
There
point.
you go.
Never
I'm just going to
borrow-
go buy my fresh one from Target, and I'm going to Lysol the whole fucking spot I sit down at if I'm ever.
Hey, no, I mean I'm not doing it here. No, I'm not doing it in front of my fucking camera. But
Well, if there are 5 strokes, you decided to fail
Five strokes
November.
vids, baby. That's
And
right.
with this year's gone, you can live without No Nut November.
Yeah, it's true. Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody does no nut November. Nobody
Not
does
in the
that shit.
pandemic.
No.
No shit.
Dude,
Idiocy.
there's probably been more nutting over this pandemic, the porn and all the fucked up shit in the world than anything other time in history. It's like, there's nothing better to do. Let's beat off to some porn on Pornhub. deep
Yeah,
can
but
I
even
go
that
in this
gets-
depravity?
That gets
Oh,
stale.
And if
It's like-
Pornhub ever goes down,
No,
I think
it's
that's the
never-
end of the world.
That's when we riot.
If Pornhub goes down, I
That's-
think the entire like 18 to
I-
35-year-old male populace that goes through depression or commits suicide.
No,
No,
just go to
that's-
browsers. Browsers
that's
are
DEFCON.
excellent.
Browsers,
That's
dude, not-
DEFCON negative
I'm not
one.
paying for browsers. Where am I
No
going?
one
Like
pays for
Front
browsers.
Load or X Hamster?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
oh,
Hold
no,
on.
no,
Come
come
on.
on.
Everyone,
Yes.
quiet. Quiet.
No.
Quiet. It's pronounced browsers.
I don't know. I don't think so, no.
Oh, is it like the A's like hard like a girl?
I think it's
getting fucked on
browsers.
there?
Yeah. Is this
Browsers?
a GIF versus GIF? Like
No, I'm
debate?
pretty sure in their videos when it says it, I'm pretty sure it says brazzers.
That's true.
Pretty sure.
That's
I
true.
would
my
know.
friends say
Every
browsers.
male on
But even
Earth
then,
knows that.
If the porn sites on the internet go down at the end of this year before 2020 is completely over, that's
Suicide
nukes
rate.
in the air. That's just, erase humanity.
Right.
Like
we'll all get a missile
You've gotten
alert.
rid of the reason for humanity.
Right. Our phones will buzz like an amber. Remember when that missile alert shit went off in Hawaii?
Yeah, the
That's-
missile alert in
that's-
Hawaii. It's like
right.
missiles
Our phones
inbound. This
are
is
gonna
how to
buzz.
drill.
Pornhub is down. Pornhub is down. Go
We have
underground.
to-
Go
we have to-
underground. The
It's
servers.
like,
are
no,
down.
I have to use my imagination again. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Like that scene from Step Brothers when he finds all those mags in the treehouse.
All right. This was a
Idiocy. Me, the Browns are 7-3. My brain, the Browns have scored just 2 offensive TDs in the last 3 games. Me, just let me have this, you monster. The Browns are good. Browns are good.
Browns are,
They're
the thing
playoff
with the
team.
Browns is they've been dealing with horrific conditions.
It's very 2020 that the Browns are going to make the playoffs. And Yellow Lantern 15419, Olivier Vernon really stepped up with Miles getting the virus. He has experience spooking the Eagles even as a Giant, 3 sacks and a safety. Yeah, Olivier Vernon was very high priced, very overpaid, but decent. Decent. And Beast of Metal 1999, breaking NASCAR and Race Team Alliance come to agreement to strip all TV money payouts for non-chartered entries. In Cup Series opinion, Darth Kaufman will truly be the death of NASCAR. So basically the little guy's getting screwed, right?
Pretty much. It's like the small market teams are like getting fucked.
Okay,
They'll be down to like 30 cars a race.
this just in, Toronto FC, congratulations, you lost to an expansion team. You've lost to Nashville SC.
Didn't they get kicked out of that MLS's back bubble for having a bunch of Rona cases?
What, Nashville?
Yeah, like
I
Nashville.
think
No,
it was in the. I think it was.
that was back in July.
Yeah, that was back in July and like the start of the season.
All right, let's get to this
Totally.
game finally now. Something that Throne can actually weigh in on. The Cowboys and the Vikings. A
The
game that he
8 plays
didn't
that I
even
watched.
bother to watch.
They converted a 4th and 6 and then scored a touchdown and then the Vikings went 4 and out. That
Yep.
was my experience of the game. Pretty sure that's what it was. And then I booted up a stream, and then like I said, it was everybody was how about them Cowboys? I was like, I didn't fucking watch, and I don't care. I didn't realize how obnoxious Cowboys fans were until
Until
You had
now?
3 wins. How are they obnoxious?
How old are you?
because they won.
Just finding out
I mean,
now that
they're
Cowboys-
obnoxious, but like here's my experience as a Vikings fan. I just never had many run-ins with the Cowboys. I always feel like Eagles fans are the worst, and then it's like probably Packers fans. Those are like my 2. I know
Thanks,
Cowboys
man.
fans suck, but I've never had a personal experience with it. And this one was like, really? Like it's just littered across everything this weekend. And I'm like,
I'm
it hasn't been that
imagining-
bad ever with other losses.
I'm imagining that Eagles fans gave
Never
you a
feel
lot
bad
of
for any
shit.
fan base. They will become cancer.
Eagles fans are bad. There was the one year when the Bears won the division and they were just randomly shitty for a year. But like now I don't hear anything about them.
Well, it's because
any
they're
other year.
bad. They're just miserable.
It's just funny. Like it was just one year randomly they won the division and they were just actually like toxic. But like when they're average or bad, they don't say
They-
anything.
they
But it's like
turtle.
they just crawl away.
Well,
We're like
well, they're
Cowboys are always
self-loathing at
Cowboys
that
fans
point.
are always
They just
loud
get-
no matter what.
They just want
Well-
their other people's heads.
Yeah.
You got to understand this too, is that as a fan of a Chicago-based team where the owners are very clearly on the suck, but Bears fans don't have a lot to crow about over the last 30 years, and whenever we get a chance, a lot of people go overboard with it. So there's also somebody who's been trying to troll me the last few weeks in the chat And I'm not seeing a lot of skull from him today. So all I have
Hey.
to say to that is skull.
Skull. I had the skull in the chat. I have to.
Yeah, you gotta
But,
skull it. All right, well, where do we put these Vikings? Because they were easily 1 win away from being 500 and doing their 9-7 thing, which is Kirk Cousins' signature move. Kirk Cousins really should play for the Tennessee Titans because that would just merge the two. And then they bring back Jeff Fisher as the coach.
Oh God!
You would just have a 9-7
ruin-
festival.
Okay,
Take it from me. He would ruin Kirk Cousins. He ruined Vince Young. He ruined
he's
Sam Bradford.
ruined?
He ruined Case Keenum and almost ruined Jared
He's
Goff.
already ruined. All right, are they sus?
I'm
Or
like
are
the
they
opposite
trash?
of a homer, and I don't think they're regular trash. I think they're sus.
Jacksonville.
You think they're sus?
I think they're sus.
I think they're sus.
They're
too.
like they're what 4 points away from beating the Titans and Seahawks. Also, like they lost both games by a combined 2 points.
They are
like, both games a point apiece.
underachieving. They're
would have
They're just
won if
underachieving,
they
is what they are.
converted
I
that
personally
fourth
think,
down.
and I'm like the last person to be a homer about my teams. So
All right, fair enough. We'll put them in sus. Sus.
they're gonna go
Tree.
7-9.
Read some snappers. Where are we?
For Craig Kramer. Question for everyone: what makes you more happy, Tom Brady losing or the Pats losing? I enjoy Tom losing more. Oh, dude, everyone enjoys the Patriots losing because fuck Boston.
I'll take them both. I get happy.
Tom
I jack
Brady
off to both
cannot
of
throw
those
a deep ball anymore. He is visibly on the decline, and everyone bitched to me. It's like, oh, it's his receivers. He has receivers now. It's like he can't throw.
His ball don't have
It's
the
age.
mustard.
He's 43. It happens.
Brady is the bane of the Rams' existence, so I took every second of enjoyment at that game, other than the officiating.
They were in that game. They
were.
But both sides really acted like they didn't want it in the fourth quarter. That was a weird game last
That was
night.
I just saw after that fourth down conversion, it was like the worst set of plays I have ever seen. Botch snap, delay of game, and then an interception by Goff. It was like, what the?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the officiating was so bad for
Oh,
a
here
good
we
chunk
go.
of it.
You bitch about the first all African American referee crew?
Hey,
they're
let me point out
canceled.
something.
Outta
They're
here.
equal. Everyone's
Outta
equal in
here.
one thing, and that we can all, well, pretty much regardless of your race, you could still make a terrible game.
It wasn't as bad as Packers Colts.
That's unity.
No, it wasn't. But still, though, I mean, like for instance, David, I forgot the name of this free safety who tackled Cooper Kupp and then picked off ball from Goff.
Whitehead. The old
Was
big
that
guy.
Whitehead? I thought it was David.
Yep, Jordan
But
Whitehead.
then there was also when Evans like fate grabs Ramsey's face mask. Ramsey runs over to the official like, "Hey, what did you see that?" And then he's like, "Nope, I didn't catch any call. That was a clean hit." And then he's like, then he starts swearing at him. Then obviously he gets an unsportsmanlike penalty, but still.
Oh, you're
All
gonna
right.
get called for
Keep
that. no matter
reading.
what.
Keep reading.
Can't yell at an official.
We can't talk about this all night. Come on, keep reading. Go. We already
All
got
right,
an hour
Beast
and
of Metal
22.
1989. At this point, I can only conclude that Lamar and the Ravens just bottom to other teams, especially above 500 teams, is a pastime.
Yeah, they power bottom.
Yep. Marquez Riley, the new NASCAR Gen 6 Lou. NBA draft was last week. Freddie Freeman won 2020 MVP, and Sony is making a boatload of money with their PS5 now out. Quick question, Throne. Do you have a PS5?
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm
actually
trying to find like people who either
Xbox
have it or don't. I haven't tried looking. Apparently, it's impossible.
It's about as
I mean,
it's easier to catch COVID than it is to get a PS.
I mean, you're gonna have to pay like a super high percentage marked
It's
up.
because a
I'll
bunch of
trust it.
bots bought it and they're all hoarding it.
Somebody,
There was like this one dude
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
hard to
like
get.
break a PS5 like for clout, and I'm like, congratulations, here's your clout. You couldn't even get 1,000 likes.
yeah,
Fucking asshole.
and he couldn't even do it. He was so weak. He was like,
It's like
"Ugh,
all that for a drop of clout. Jesus.
A drop of clout he didn't even get.
he should have
Yeah.
gone and beat off in his workplace bathroom. That's what he should have done.
You should have
Yeah,
beaten
that'd have
off.
gotten him more clout.
You should have beaten off in the school bathroom. Beast of Metal
Yeah, okay, I can get
1989.
behind that.
Also, remember when Schlosser advocated for the termination of John Harbaugh 3 years ago? Maybe it's time for Baltimore to take up this cause. I mean, I was kind of on the fence on that one a couple years ago for Harbaugh. But at this point, I mean, if they miss the playoffs, he might get fired.
Yeah. With this team and the expectations,
I mean, as I said, like I'm a fan of John Harbaugh.
yeah,
Like I like him as a coach.
he's the Sean
But if
McVay
they
archetype.
can't win, like I think it's time for him to go. You're 5-1, you miss the playoffs, you're done.
I think they'll get it together, but
Well, wake me up if they do the same to Nagy here
I
in a
hope
few
so.
weeks.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough. Blake Trout for 20. Darkness falls. The Eagles' power has been shaved down to nothing. The offense is broken and lost its direction. The next 4 games are guaranteed losses, and it feels like its usual problems, but it's not. It's mediocrity.
He's
Dude,
talking
it's
about
worse
the
than
Ravens.
mediocrity. You're just
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Oh, the Eagles. He's talking about the Eagles. Sorry. I thought he was talking about the Ravens.
Eagles.
Uh-huh. Average human FPV is the twisted dumpster fire starter. I'm the fire starter. Twisted dumpster fire starter. Omega Black says he's back. Yes. Fellow mod. Alex
What's up?
Moreno. Gentlemen, I can't believe it's been a year since the Creed mix shocked the dumpster fire. Which was the best karaoke? Tree Thang or Raven's Overthrow? Tree Thang was really good.
Thank you.
Tree Thang.
Yeah,
was
I
my
need to make like
favorite.
a montage. I'll make like a montage of the best moments of all
Okay.
year, like probably
Oh,
next
you're
week
gonna
or
be
something
like
to the
Alvin
back.
Deloro on Jim Rome, where he puts together the best of the year.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
best,
yeah.
Like the best talent calls.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
Alex-
do that. Like I'll get like the plunger moment, the draft moments, and
Alex, stop interrupting me while I'm trying to read your super chat.
sorry.
No, I find that hilariously ironic. Alex Moreno, Creed's My Own Prison album wasn't that bad, to be honest. Nope, out of here. Block him. Block him. Creed
Hey,
is terrible.
no, it wasn't
Throne.
that bad.
Is Creed a good band?
No.
They're far from the worst band. Come on, they
Is
have some
Nickelback-
decent songs.
Is Nickelback a good band?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
You find
Kick him.
you listen
Yes.
to Nickelback?
Nickelback is given so much unnecessary hate by social media. Stop
I
falling into
agree.
the mainstream jokes.
No, I agree because the thing is, there wasn't really that bad. I mean, how you remind me is
wasn't bad.
no, it wasn't actually.
You don't
was
tell
tough.
me
Nickelback is pretty much
Are-
Joe
are you
Buck. They're
trying to tell
mediocrity
me-
who's unfairly hated.
that I
There.
want to be a
No,
rock
Joe
star
Buck.
is a good song.
Yeah, that song was funny. I mean, Joe
There are
Buck would
a
be
lot of good
three doors down because they were just dull and just there to exist.
I think Nickelback has some good songs. That's
I
my
agree.
opinion.
How
No,
you
if you
remind me?
wanted- If you want to talk about a band that's dull and there to exist as of right now, that would be Imagine Dragons.
Scott, that's the worst thing I've ever heard
Imagine
in my
Dragons
life.
are
What?
just Nickelback without guitars. That's all they are.
That's actually my
They
favorite.
had, like,
band.
one or
That
two
is my-
good
That's my
songs,
favorite
that's
music group
really
right
about
there.
it.
Make me a
Radioactive is a
believer.
good song.
Okay.
Come on now.
Well,
can-
it
Imagine
got
Dragons has a lot of good stuff. A lot.
well. You got to think about like how early Nickelback. They had one or two good bangers, and then they got caught in the music engineering cycle where
No,
everything was engineered to be
not
a hit.
They're a
necessarily.
radio band. That's why they get
Their
hated
first
on.
two albums,
Yeah.
though, the
We
first
need
two
to
albums
do
are done by the
Tiermaker
same
of
guy who
band.
did Pearl Jam's 10 and did Soundgarden Super Unknown, and they're actually pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie.
Rogue XS side note, but who do you want to see for the halftime show if you choose it? I'd personally say Foo Fighters, but that'll never happen, unfortunately. Foo Fighters would be really good.
Foo Fighters wouldn't be bad.
No.
I'd say maybe
Halftime
like
show.
I would have said Metallica wouldn't
I
be
would-
too bad. They'd
I
be a
want to
good
see a
one.
Michael Jackson hologram. That's what I want.
Foo
Okay.
Fighters are just better, slightly better Nickelback now.
I think what we need is a Tupac and Biggie hologram rap battle.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God.
And then they virtually shoot each other at the end.
My
Mike-
choice, I would say, I don't know if anyone would really want to care because it's like a very, I wouldn't say obscure metal band, but it's not as big. Ghost.
Ooh,
Boo.
no,
All
no,
right. I've never even
no.
heard of those guys. Okay.
Hey, Baldy, they
Okay.
sound like
Packers-
Hypo Negative and they look like Kiss.
Packers and the Colts. The Packers blew that game. Oh
They
my gosh.
played like
They
shit in the
scored
second half.
3
They should be
points.
blaming that for death threats instead of Marquez
Uh-huh.
Valdez Scantling.
Yeah.
Mhm. Packers are still division. and the
Yeah, I
Colts
mean, but
are
still,
very
like it's a
good.
fucking game, and nobody deserves to die over this shit.
Nah,
Oh
I'm
my
pretty.
God.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he tried to turn the ball over. Actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I totally right. I mean, like
I
cheeseheads
watched
are
it, and I don't
totally
think he was
known for not
supposed to.
overreacting to every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Tom, this is
where you
come in if you are in the chat.
So because the Bears didn't play this week, and because Tom isn't here,
Oh boy.
I have to say one thing about watching the Colts and the Packers game. You fools! You absolute fools! You honestly thought that the Packers were going to hold that 2-touchdown lead the whole game against Phillip Rivers and the Colts? You fool.
You fools.
You
will
simply don't realize that the Packers are a play in front team. And once the second half comes, when they're already in front by 2 touchdowns, it's prevent defense. All you got with Mike Pettin is you got Dom Capers 2.0. You are a joke in the face of America.
America.
And the entire NFC North lost, and therefore it is a great day for Chicago, and therefore a great day for America.
Whoa. Hold on. Last week, you
were
disowned
done.
the Bears.
Yeah.
You were done with
You
the
were done.
NFL.
I told you he'd be back.
No, you gotta understand that he ain't stepped out of the room to go take a piss.
Oh, it's Alex Jones, isn't it?
This is Alex Jones, and I am the captain of America, and we're here for 4 hours of InfoWars, baby, to tell you about how the Patriot Bears are going to take advantage of the loss and go on and win the division and slap it in the face of all the stupid Packer fans
Somebody
everywhere.
mark that down.
So every frog that is located in Green Bay, Wisconsin,
It's gay!
it is gay. Absolute gay.
Yes!
All right, and now we're demonetized. Mike Shaw, Carson Wentz is trash.
I'm gay.
I don't care how. Somebody just pop in and say I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So the water in Green Bay will make the frog gay.
I don't care how talented he is. He bought Jameis Winston's Turnover Bakery from him after he signed that deal. All right. Carson Wentz.
Well, the bakery was already
good.
built in Tampa. You're not just going to close the thing.
They relocated because of COVID, didn't they?
No, they haven't yet.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd leave Florida, no income tax, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Gadzooks, can you imagine if Dallas wins the NFC East and they end up having to pick 19th in the draft next year? Also, Purdue got screwed and I'm still mad. Hope you guys are well. Hey, thanks,
Yeah,
Ben.
Purdue got fucked.
Oh, that fucking.
So, wait. I didn't see this happen.
It
What
was
happened?
they called it a pass interference, yet the defender was the one, or the defender was the one pass interfering. It was an apparently offensive pass interference.
Like,
He never touched him. It robbed the game-winning touchdown. Next play was an interception.
That sucks.
Some grade A bullshit. Some high-quality Big Ten ref ball.
Beast Metal 1989. Behold, Turkey Day Bowl. Oh, the cow shits game is Tank Division, and the Lions get to play the shattered remains of Bill Bergevin's Eagle.
Speaking of that pass interference, it was so bad that I think DraftKings ended up giving everyone who bet on that game a refund. I believe it was either DraftKings or FanDuel. I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
At least there's the Steelers. Sorry.
Well, if they play, Ravens have a COVID outbreak.
Chiefs
Thing
and,
is, they played on Sunday. It's like, shit.
Chiefs and the Raiders. That was also a bizarre game.
Chiefs are Super Bowl game, and Raiders, I'd say I keep them in wild card. I mean,
Yeah,
they kept
wild
close.
All right. Yeah, Raiders are going to the playoffs. They played them really
Maybe.
tough.
We'll see.
They played them really tough.
Unfortunately,
Well-
Jonathan Abram had to be an aggressive idiot and decided to leave his zone and leave Kelsey wide open for that game-winning touchdown.
No, the problem was the Raiders gave the Chiefs too much time.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, we're almost at the end here. Tree, read some supers.
All right, let's go for James Amadei for $2. Society will be dead after the Super Bowl. No, but there will be NBA playing in the afterlife, so we're all good.
Jones, what the fuck
Higapon.
are you doing? Get out of my chair.
Higapon for 10. As a Jersey-bound Browns fan, I will be beyond happy if we hit 9-7, let alone actually make the playoffs. Hashtag 30 years of pain. Oof. Jersey-bound Browns.
I don't think that the Browns are going to be that disappointing this year. They're going to play 1 or 2 playoff games, maybe.
If they win
I
a
think-
playoff game, I think that entire city's going to explode.
Yeah, I think
That's the
Cleveland
first
will
one
be
it was
burned
in
to the
what,
ground.
Like 93?
What do you think, Taylor? What if Minnesota wins the Super Bowl? Do you think they burn Minneapolis to the ground?
Oh.
They won't win a Super
Thomas
Bowl. I don't know.
Barron.
Oh,
All
boy.
right. Oh, he
Barron.
screenshotted it. All right, Tom Grossi's in the chat, and he's.
This is why you need to start
I
off
told
just
you he
putting
was
the Packers
working.
in the trash.
Exactly.
There, screenshot that.
Yeah, screenshot them in the trash.
Tom, listen, Tommy Kami, don't make me drag Alex Jones back over here.
Son of a
He really does hate me. He really does hate me. All right, Tom. Thanks for checking in, buddy.
Hey, Tom, did you ever find that candy inside of your cheese head?
Maybe, oh god, maybe it can find any sort of play calling that actually can force Phillip Rivers to do something stupid this time.
No.
Or maybe an excuse for that arm to not go forward anymore.
Oh, Tom is still looking.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, while you're looking for the candy in that cheese head, can you also look for Dom Capers 2.0? Oh, wait, he's your defense coordinator. Very good job. You hired Dom Capers II to run your defense once
Dom
again.
Jr. Beast of Metal 1989. The lab I went to after the first positives at my job offered several types of antibody tests as well as the nasal swab. Oh, okay. I need to get the antibody test because I'm starting to suspect because some of the after effects are irregular heartbeat and dizziness, and I don't know. I just want to eliminate that as a cause. Commenting EV. Did Tree know that the Jets are eliminated with the Dolphins versus Raiders
Yes.
game week 16? Yes. I tweeted that out. It was a huge dunk. Oh, Salmon Boy, this one's for Throne. Throne said he was from Mason City in the chat. I'm right up the road in Rochester. Also, the Vikings are still alive since the Bears bye and the Packers and Lions lost.
I don't know how alive they are. They got to what? Basically win out. Maybe
Pretty much.
maybe lose one.
Let's look up the Vikings schedule. real
Now,
quick.
Rochester, is Rochester in Minnesota?
It is. It's,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, home of Mayo Clinic. They're like one of the best.
I think I
hospitals.
stayed one time in Rochester.
You possibly did. It's not the closest to the Twin Cities, but yeah,
What's
it's probably
the
like an hour,
road
hour and a half.
that
away.
It's on the highway. Like, they've built the highway to Rochester pretty well.
So there, I was staying one time in the northwest part of the city in a really nice suburb, and I took that one road into Minneapolis that goes right through downtown. And that road apparently goes through a very bad part of Minneapolis because
Minneapolis, like the Vikings have a tough schedule coming up.
I found
Carolina,
a very
okay.
rough part
Jacksonville,
of
that's probably a
Minneapolis.
win. Tampa, Chicago, New Orleans, and Detroit. So 4-2 at best.
4-2.
If you're lucky, 5-1.
So they'd be
Yeah, they
8
got luck
and 8.
into 5-1. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be 9-7.
8 and
And
8,
you
9 and
might
7, maybe.
see in-
Kirk Cousins has a way of pulling that shit
Does
out.
9-7 do it?
maybe if you have 8
What's it-
teams.
Might.
to play
You
on.
gotta-
fucking bite.
Remember, you have
gotta
expanded
hope-
playoffs this year with 7 teams.
Yeah.
Even still, you got to hope that the wheels come off of the NFC West for 9-7 to
Yeah,
work.
that's true.
The thing
You
with
got-
the NFC West is they're playing the NFC East. That's why they're also loaded.
Well,
That's
true, but at the same time,
they're padding
Well,
their
that's the
stats.
thing. I think one of the teams, you only need one of the teams in the NFC West to start falling off.
It'd be like the Cardinals.
It'd be the Niners, actually, because they're
Niners are
well, the
already
Niners are already out.
Yeah, the Niners are done, man. They're,
okay. So there is hope for the Vikings after all, because 3 teams that need to be in there.
Yeah, you need the Cardinals to tank a couple games. Is what
Yeah.
you need.
So here's
And hell, the Bears are
currently the
even a
picture.
game ahead right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Bears are
Like,
still a game
I bet
ahead.
they're a
So,
huge issue, but
well, the Bears are probably going to finish this season 6-10 or 7-9.
Yeah,
so
I
I
don't think
would
the Bears are
expect
very
the
good.
Vikings to pass, but I don't know if the Vikings sweep the Bears because it's been a while since that's happened. But
They
it's
never
very
do.
much possible. Well, considering that the Minnesota Vikings managed to beat the Bears at Soldier Field and on Monday Night Football and with Kirk Cousins as their quarterback, anything can fucking happen at this point. But here's kind of what I'm seeing. I don't know that the Rams keep up their momentum, but I don't know that the Seahawks come up and punch them off the top. And
We'll see you in the second matchup.
you got Tampa Bay could be facing. What's Tampa's schedule the rest of the way?
Let's take a look.
Tampa.
Who came up with the phrase "Let Russ cook"?
Well, whoever did has cursed the team clearly.
Because now they're
Okay,
using
getting-
it in the promos. Like they're like,
Tampa
That's
Bay is
stupid.
facing the Chiefs next week. That's going to be a very tough one.
That's gonna hurt.
Bye week 13. Vikings, Falcons, Lions, and Falcons. So you got the
That's
Falcons.
easy. Oh, they'll
The
win
last-
out.
Those last 4 are very much doable for the Buccos.
Mhm.
So that would give them a record of 11-5.
Hmm.
And then the Cardinals are left with Cardinals.
They have to face us twice. The thing is, though, if the Seattle
Yep.
defense gave them that much trouble, I mean, imagine what we'll do.
True, but Kyler Murray is a slippery little bastard.
he
Don't
is a
forget that.
slippery little bastard. He's
He is.
greedy.
Cardinals
All
are
right.
facing the Patriots, then the Rams, then the Giants, Eagles, Niners, and then the Rams to end the season.
That's very much a 4-2 or 5-1 looking the rest of the way for them, and that would put them at 11-5 as well.
And the Rams face the Niners, the Cardinals, Patriots, the Jets, Seahawks, and then the Cardinals again.
It's what, 3-3, 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think LA could go. Let's say that LA splits
9
with
and
the
7,
Cardinals
10 and 6.
and 10-6. So
Sounds good, yeah.
and that even leaves the Vikings still on the outside looking in.
They're on the outside.
Okay.
I'm
No,
looking
this is not a
in.
karaoke show.
They
Oh.
can see
Okay.
through.
That's all it was.
That's a good
Hey,
song.
Taylor, can you
Oh
sing?
God, if they
No, I'm not musically gifted in any
me
capacity.
neither. We should start
It's
a band.
bad. Yeah, we
start a-
should.
Yeah. It's just.
Well, you gonna?
Hey.
Here's a perfect time for my bone to pick I have with you, and you know that I know the answer, but I'm gonna make you say it. What mic is that? 5 points.
It is a Yeti. It's blue.
You do YouTube full time voiceovers, and you have a blue Yeti still.
It's not the mic or the price of the mic. It's your setup.
No,
What do you use?
but
What do you use?
Shure SM7B connected to a Go XLR.
You could get the same quality with a
No.
lapel mic, right?
Eh,
They broadcast
Not
TV
really. I
shows
mean,
with
My
there's a
biggest
lapel
difference
thing-
mics.
I'm a
between
huge-
digital and analog. He's right.
I need to invest a lot into my XLR mic and setup with like a good compressor built in because I yell so much. There's such a discrepancy
Yeah, see,
or
I
like
don't
difference
yell.
in my lowest to my highest on how loud I get.
So
But,
actually,
I still think you should invest in a mic. I think microphones are super, super important. And that was my bone to pick that I've had with you ever since I've been in here. So I'm calling you out.
Can you hear it? Is there any like?
I could probably be able to tell that it would be a Blue Yeti.
Are you?
There's
like
a
Tiger
subtle
Woods?
difference. It's better than like the Radio Shack mics.
But
Like I
it's-
have a Blue Yeti myself.
There was earlier you raised your voice a little bit and it started clipping. And I was like, that's a Yeti right there. Like I know that.
Wow,
But
we found
at the
out-
same time when you're just doing voiceovers, like
We
it
got
doesn't make a huge difference.
We
so-
have a microphone snob among us.
A little bit, but like
bit.
audio is
A
so
little
important
bit.
on YouTube videos. We're YouTube creators. You've got to agree with me
I know.
here.
I agree. I mean, I was in audio,
DM
like in radio, so I understand.
DM me the mic that I should get, and then
Ooh, okay.
Look at your brothers in the chat,
Like-
right there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had like a pro setup for a while, but that was like when I was just out of college, and I really didn't use it.
But I'm saying for voiceovers, because I can talk directly at the mic right here
Mhm.
from 2 inches away, it really doesn't make a difference. So why should
Yeah,
I
you can get a
spend
lot
that
better quality.
money when I could buy a Pornhub membership? Come on, like
Well, the
I get
Pornhub
what
membership
you're
is in a tax
saying, but-
write-off.
yeah,
Well, it is a tax write-off, I guess.
That's true.
I don't think a Pornhub membership's going to be that.
no.
You can just write it off. Just
Yeah,
do it.
right.
How
It's a
much-
business expense.
You
It's
know how much
it's
shit
for
I've written off?
company
Like
morale.
I mentioned earlier, how I'm spending my days during business hours. Basically, it's a business expense at that point.
I'm gonna take a break from stream. What do you think he's doing? He's not taking a real break. He's
Right.
jacking it off.
Yeah, that's why we had to not do video camera with the guests because they kept beating off during the show, and I was like, "Come on, man."
Well, we also have a bunch of random people come in, like it was chat roulette, and
I
just
know,
start beating
and then
off.
slow down the stream.
Yeah,
All right,
It would just
Urban
be like-
Alvarado.
it's just sausage fest, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh god.
It's always a sausage fest. We're in sports.
Sorry for scaring them off.
Come on now. Irvin Alvarado, $20. MLS Laucal also goes to NYCFC for losing in penalties to Orlando's FC's defender stepping in as goalie after their starting goalie got red carded during penalties. Also, as a New York Red Bulls fans, I say
How
welcome to the playoff pain club. I have not been
How-
paying attention.
How does a goalie get red carded?
Maybe he insulted the ref's mother.
Or maybe he headbutted the ref again.
It's possible. Everyone is susceptible to a red card. The thing that I love about ejections in soccer is that they have to play a man down for the rest of the game. Imagine if that happened in basketball and they had to play 4-on-5 for the rest of the game after somebody fouled out.
Dude, that happened a few years ago where Alabama played the last like how many minutes against, was it Minnesota? They played 3-on-5 because they were short, and they like who was the guy for Alabama that carried them throughout that? They like stayed in it.
Yeah. I don't think they won. You're right, but they did they didn't get blown the fuck out. Like they just balled.
Colin Sexton, that's who it was.
Yes.
Yeah, they played for 10 minutes and nearly came back. Was what it was. Is what the headline says.
Like they basically proved that
it was
if
ranked,
you're a baller,
they're 14th.
Right. If you're a baller, it doesn't matter how many people are out there.
Yeah.
Like it's like in a power play in hockey. Like as long as it's 5-on-3, we're good. We're good. Mm-hmm. Craig Kramer, Michigan almost lost to Rutgers, and Jim Harbaugh will be in Jersey next year. No, here's the thing with Jim Harbaugh. Like, they can't fire him, right? Because who's better than Jim Harbaugh? Who's on the market that's better, that loves Michigan more than Jim Harbaugh? Anybody?
You'd be surprised. Be careful. I mean,
The only person they
Vaughn
could
said
bring
loved Pitt, and they still fired him.
the only guy that they could bring in is Les Miles, right? That's better than Jim Harbaugh? I think they keep him around until he finally beats Ohio State, and then he quits or leaves for the NFL.
Honestly, I mean, Harbaugh was installed also by the boosters. If you remember, do you remember the debacle between them getting rid of Dick Rod and them getting in
But Dick
Jim
Rod
Harbaugh?
was a fraud, though.
Well, Dick Rod was a fraud, but he still had 2 years, I think, left on his contract.
Yeah, now I think he's out of football now.
Yeah, and the Michigan boosters and whatever fucking dark money that runs Detroit is foisting the Michigan boosters. They made up the difference of Rodriguez's contract to get him out of the job.
Fuck that. They have not been the same since App State fucking crushed. Well, since App State upset them back in 2007, they have never been the same.
Michigan could never get it together.
Tree,
Really?
read these last 3 super chats, and then we
Will
can
do,
wrap up.
sir. Beast of Metal 1989. Meliora was actually a decent to good album, but it's also proven to be an outlier to Ghost's discography. I can't speak. My apologies.
No.
A much better clean vocal metal band no one's heard of is Nevermore.
Actually, he's right. They were pretty good, actually.
Graf von Tyrol for 10. Just learned recently that Get Mesmerized is a thing.
Oh my god!
I wonder
heard
what
of Get
FTV thinks of that
Mesmerized?
song.
Yes. There's a whole story. Yeah, I know. It's terrible. The song is terrible.
Is that like a fanboy or a troll song?
So
like-
in 1986, the Mets
I knew
tried,
it was the 1986 one. Yeah.
yeah, the Mets tried to get in on the Super Bowl shuffle trend, so they came out with the song, and like, yeah, it was bad, and it never got released because there was like a legal jargon. There was like a legal fight over it, and
Good.
it was
Thank
horrible.
fucking god.
Well, is it like actually on YouTube?
I'm sure you could find it. I'm sure. Get Mets.
There's some other copycats too. Like the Rams did one, which is extremely cringy, and so did the Eagles. Like the Rams did one was like "Ram it, we're
Ram
gonna
it, yep.
ram it, yep. Rockin'
Nothing
LA."
will touch the Super
did
Bowl
one.
shuffle, though.
Oh.
Yeah, my name is Sweetness, and I'm the best.
What?
Okay.
One more. Makai Wilson. Bingo! The Bucks have been on a massive downward spiral recently. Also, if Nashville SC pulls a Vegas Golden Knights, I swear to God.
They
Swear to
did.
God.
And one more about Gadzooks. Not as good as Brett Saberhagen rapping about Fords.
Brett Saber.
Brett Saberhagen. Wait,
He was
Brett
rapping
Saberhagen
about
rapped about
Fords?
Fords?
Mm.
That's actually hilarious.
We can now laugh at shit. We can now laugh at Canada's failures from now on. Again.
Uh-huh. All right, we got to wrap these last games up, and then it'll be a show. I'm surprised Taylor hasn't left us.
I wouldn't leave.
Oh, good. You're a soldier. I've always wondered about some guests whether we've just made them so bored, like they're just like, can I? Only Brandon has left during the show.
Brandon just
All
got
the
up and
people
left.
have,
Perna has
Terry
ghosted
McCollum
several
left
times.
during the show, but I think he had to be brief.
Yeah, one time we were doing predictions and Perna's like, "Can I just give you the rest of my predictions? I have to go." And I was like, "What?"
Well, he's a busy man. He's making his own coffee line.
That's right. His wife was probably looking at him.
I
Like,
don't know. He's probably married. And,
Yeah, I
He
know.
is married. I think he has a
I'm
daughter.
sitting
now.
here eating Panda Express. Like,
to me, Brandon is going to be like the old guy in the gym that just is naked in the locker room. That's going to be Brandon.
He's already there, probably.
That's going to be Brandon. Because, like, he clearly doesn't give a fuck about, like, getting, like, half or fully naked on his own YouTube channel. Have you ever seen a video where Brandon's, like, wearing nothing but a hat over his dick? And you're just like, Brandon, all right. That's funny, but, you know. Jeez. Okay.
I'd be memed to death if I did that.
Jared
Be like,
Brussel
look at this
says,
fat fuck.
I live 30 minutes west of Rochester, Minnesota. Oh, okay. So you're in, you're west. What is
he's
that
probably
like?
right on I-35.
I've been to St. Cloud, Minnesota.
He's
St.
probably-
Cloud is way northwest of the Twin
Was
Cities.
it
Yeah,
Owatonna?
So what's-
Owatonna. He probably lives by Owatonna, which is very close to where I live. Also,
So the
Yeah.
road to St. Cloud, there's nothing but adult bookstores like every 15 minutes. Like I was like, oh, porn shop,
I need to make that trip then.
porn shop. I was like, this is crazy. Adult, they called it adult literature. I'm like, that's porn. Okay,
By the way, is Marino still on here?
I don't know.
Oh, he is. He's just muted.
Yes.
Oh, there's just one thing I got to say is, I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
And I'm so high because I'm in
hell.
Been around the world and found that only stupid
The
people.
stupid people are
understand.
breeding.
All right, Rams and the
Never made
Buccaneers.
it as a wise man.
Are the Rams?
See, no, that's a dot. That's a song dot. Song laser right there, and people are gonna shit on Nickelback.
Are
That's a
the-
great song.
Thank you.
What?
Sing it with
Harvey
me, Throne.
Danger?
No.
Never made it as a wise man.
Oh, never made it.
Alex, he's not going to join.
Look
you.
at this
Damn it.
photograph.
Look at this graph.
Every time
Right into the
I
hands of a
look
defensive
at this
back.
graph,
That's a
look
great
at this
meme.
graph.
Hey,
Okay.
look at this pick from Dak. Right into the
Alright.
hands of a defensive back.
All right.
How the Eagles win that game.
All right. You
Anyway.
wrote the song. Okay, where do we put the Rams? Division? No.
I'd say no. They were wild card.
We're
Wild
wild card.
would be division.
It really depends on how we square up against the Cardinals. So I didn't even know how to really gauge that. I mean, I'd be ahead of myself and
Sorry.
this giraffe.
Look
This
at this
I-
giraffe.
Look at this path.
Its neck so long it makes me laugh.
$15 million a year. Oh, his
I mean,
name's
honestly,
probably
now
Mike.
Marino, if they do sweep the Cardinals, I would put the Rams at division.
That's entirely dependent on that, though. The real question is just how we square up against them, because we have a much tighter defense than the Seahawks did. And they were all over Kyler the second time around.
Yeah, but what are you going to do against the Cardinals defense with Goff?
I don't know, man. They've given up the least amount of sacks in the division, though.
Yeah, but didn't you also lose a couple of linemen last week?
Yeah, well, actually, what's his name? Dakota Allen, I think, is coming back this next week, and then Whitworth might be out for the season, though. So
Dakota
that could be a
Allen from
detriment.
Texas. That is the
I
most
think he is,
Texas
actually.
name I've ever heard in my life.
That just
Dakota
occurred to me.
accent.
Awesome
Yes, he
place.
played at Texas Tech. If you are not from Texas with the name Dakota Allen, you are not
Yeah,
from
act-
Texas.
he's
Yeah,
gotta be.
he's from Dallas, Texas. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was one of the guest stars on Dallas.
Right on, Dallas.
All
right, all right. Where do we
Alright.
put the Buccaneers? Wild card or sus?
They're wild
Wild
card.
card.
Wild
Wild card.
All right, let's fill it out. 49ers sus, Bears
They sus.
sus,
Bears be
Bears.
sus.
Sus.
Giants trash.
Bills are
division.
division.
They're making a comeback, actually. That defense is looking pretty good, I must say.
I must say. All right.
I must say.
Martin Short.
Which one? The Bills? Because that's been there.
And we have arrived at the end of the show, everyone.
Yay! Wait, guys, I must ask you the question, though. What should the next remix be? We've had a year of great remixes.
Oh,
What should the next one be?
I've got a great one, but it's political. It fucking sucks though. I can't do
Oh.
it. We're not gonna do it, but I've had this tune has been kicking around in my head for.
Tell me the real
at
song.
least
Or what's
a
the
week.
regular song?
So the real song is "Fantastic Voyage," but this one is about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And instead of "Come along and ride on that fantastic," it's Kamala Harris and Joe Biden stole the election from 45.
Jesus Christ.
Demonetized.
I like that. That's
Mail-in
good.
That's
ballots.
hardcore.
Not-
It was
not
the
only-
safest election in U.S. history, according
So from
to
now
fact
on,
checkers.
you cannot hear that
According
song
to
and not
every
think
political
Kamala
expert in mainstream
Harris
media.
Listen,
and Joe
so
Biden
the election.
lied.
The North
Not only
Korean
were you
election
just-
was the most reliable election in national history, according to North Korean experts.
Yes.
Oh, did you guys ever see the video of those Hong Kong protesters, like when Trump demanded, like started slamming China, right after the guy from the Houston Rockets started taking a shot?
Oh,
It's like,
damn.
oh, you go, that Trump, America asshole, and then he,
Hold
or sorry,
on.
no, China asshole. And then,
Look at this.
We just got a $50 super chat.
oh,
Tree, why
Where'd
don't
that
you
from?
read it?
Third degree Top Gun. Yeah, it's been a while, man. Hey guys, it's been a while, so it's good to hear you trolls live again. Hopefully, no one has sent you any more Gummy Richards. On a separate note, I hate the refs who took a win from my Boilermakers. Boiler up!
Woo woo.
Yeah,
Mm.
sadly,
Now,
sadly, you're
That was
predictable.
bullshit.
Taylor,
Like-
when you were at Iowa State, did you go to any of the games?
Yeah, all the time. But I was born and raised a Hawkeye fan. I stayed a Hawkeye fan even when I was at Iowa State. So I'm like a number
Iowa
2
State.
Cyclone fan. People are always like, how is it even possible? I'm like, well, I went to a place for school. But yeah, no. So I'm still a Hawkeye fan. But I went to a lot of Iowa State games.
Iowa State Cyclones, baby.
The Cyclones. Did they change their name? Were they something else?
Nope. Nope, they've always been the
No, they've
Cyclones.
always been the Cyclones. All right. All right, we've made it to
You
the
guys
end of
ever-
the show. Taylor, do you have anything that you want to say to the crowd? I just still want to celebrate that they gave you your own card in Madden. I thought that was awesome.
First creator to receive his own card in the game. Oh, shout out to EA, of course.
What gave you the idea to do that, by the way?
Well, I've just been tweeted it since launch. And I've like joked with the idea, and then I was like, I guess it kind of does look like me. So I put something on my Instagram story. I don't remember what it was. Just jokingly saying like, shout out to EA for putting me in the game. And I got a couple DMs that were like questionably. I don't think they were trolling. I think they were seriously congratulating me. So I was like, maybe this would be a good video idea. So I started like posting pictures of James Morgan's press conferences and saying like huge thanks or like happy to be a part of the Jets organization and stuff like that. And I was just trolling, and then I was like, whatever, I'll just fucking make a video with them.
What's the
and-
view count on that video? by the way?
It is the best video I've had do in the first 24 hours aside from
So it's a
Madden
one
20
of-
in real life.
It's a 1 of 10er.
It is a super 1 of 10, like 40,000 ahead. Way 1 of 10. And the likes and dislikes are crazy good, and the comments are great. Like it's shockingly nobody's giving me shit. And I didn't say that I was it's my Roman ad video.
No, it's branded too. Like you're just banking on from all angles right now.
Unfortunately, it was an 80K view count. So
and
yeah,
it's
I've
22
already
minutes long,
smashed
so
it.
a couple mid rolls.
Oh, I've been refreshing the YouTube analytics all day to see what it looks like
I
from
know,
yesterday.
when
But I was gonna say I didn't even mention this was not my card even once. Sorry, until like the 13-minute mark. I make one comment like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is actually James Morgan, not me," and
The
then
thumbs
I
are
just continue with the video.
I knew it was a joke. Like just watching it when I saw you drop back and it said Morgan, I was like, oh okay, he's fucking. With it. But the thumb is like perfect. The picture that you chose matches. Like this is. Just,
I
it's a
darkened
bang-
my beard and made it more red. That's why it looks like it's painted on. I tried to make it look like just to match him as much as possible. And then I edited all the lineup screens to have my name on it, and I got it looking pretty close. Like it's at a glance,
on.
like it looks pretty good. So
yeah, it's on, but it's perfect. Like
and then I
it's a
went for the
banger,
real
dude.
clickbait. Like I didn't mention that it was fake, and I made the title just they gave me my own card.
Hey, 5 points. Not to interrupt you, but the NFL's website just made a pretty colossal fuck up.
What'd they do?
Or there's some news that's about to be released that we haven't heard about yet. So I had the playoff picture, the 2020 playoff picture page up on the NFL.com's website. And all of a sudden, somebody threw an update, and now the Eagles are out of the playoff picture and the Bears are in.
Oh.
I'm thinking that
are they swapping the Bears division?
No.
Are they
adding another slot?
I don't. Well, no, it's just listing 7 slots, and it says the Eagles are officially right now number 12. But
So they're
even
gonna
though we all know they're
some idiot deleted.
somebody fucked up, I think.
They deleted
Where
a
is
function
this?
that
Like a
yeah, they were trying to calculate wild card, but they didn't. But some IT guy
They forgot to
doesn't know
counter
how standings-
in the idea that the
Right.
Eagles, the NFC East, are just made of fail. So
Well, he doesn't understand how standings work, and that the division winner gets an automatic. bid.
I'm sure it'll be fixed
You
later.
got to fix his if-then statement. Mhm.
Yeah, and I just don't see the NFL rushing to add that 8th playoff spot because
They already added a spot.
I think it needs to be
Yeah, they've-
balanced though, so that the Vikings can get in, right?
I'm
At
I'm
9
well,
and
if-
7.
I would think there needs to be like just an East and a West division now. Just 8 teams in each division this time.
Yeah, but you got to
then
keep
just
the
call it-
rivalries. You got to have the Cowboys and football teams.
Well, obviously, yeah, you're combining all.
Mhm.
You're having 8 teams in a division. Time.
Nick Shannon, this Browns fan has copious amounts of false hope running through his veins. Let's us finish 11-5 with our weak excuse of a schedule, and then go get stomped into powder by Kansas City in the first round. Probably, maybe. All right, Tree or Taylor. Any additional final thoughts? I'm glad that the
No.
video is just popping. By the way, that's
Yeah, no, I'm
huge.
so happy. And then actually my one of my second channels also a number 1 of 10, and yesterday was a 1 of 10 also. So
It's
we're
1
in a
of
good
10.
spot. We're in YouTube, like, I'm chilling right now. I'm going to sleep easy. So
Right,
no, I
right,
appreciate you
yeah.
having me on. I really do. And yeah, I got my Bowden to pick with you. I do want you to invest in a new mic. That's
Okay,
my
well,
new I'm
Mr.
gonna
1
give
of
you
10
shit about
could
it till I
send
see
me
a new
one
one.
for Christmas. Thank you.
I might need to. I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Hey, it was our pleasure to bring you on. We asked MMG to come on first, but I'm just fucking with you.
And me being second to MMG, I'm used to it.
No, I was gonna have you on either
Holy
way.
shit.
Like you were gonna be on eventually, but just when you came out with that video, I was like, we gotta have him on now. It's fucking brilliant. Microphone, or is it Flight Mic or microphone? What do I call him?
I would call him Flight Mike.
Flight Mike is on next week, and then MMG after that. Now, do you pal around with MMG too?
A little bit. I'll like, okay. He's super nice, but like occasionally we'll hop in like Madden games and I'll tell him some stuff to like try to get him a little bit better. He doesn't play the game much. Occasionally we'll talk YouTube. He sent me he's in this big $100,000 golf thing. He asked me for my address. I was like, okay, I don't know why. He said Bleacher Report was going to send me something. Sent me this giant like thing for this like or advertisement thing. I don't know, like a big like signed golf club with my name on it, like a bunch of balls, like new glove, like in a cool glass case. So, like,
Didn't
I
the
don't know why he
balls have
chose
his
to send me
face on
that.
them?
Yeah. I don't know why he chose to send me that, but like that was dope.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I don't talk to him a ton. He's not super in the community, but like we
Yeah,
DM occasionally.
Well, he's the one creator that everyone's looks like, man, I wish I got his view counts. Like every one
wish
of
I had
his
his community.
videos slaps.
It's
Yeah.
his community.
Yeah.
It supports him through everything, and good reason why. And it's every platform he's on, he succeeds on. Like, have you ever seen his TikTok views? His TikTok views are crazy. Like,
Really?
I can have an occasional TikTok pop off, but like all of his are 500K to millions plus. Like, no, he's super good at what he does.
Yeah.
It's-
We all
good on
strive to
crypto.
be like him.
No, I'd agree.
I got to meet him in real life. So did Tree.
Yeah.
Super
I
cool.
talked with him with
Just
in
the
Dallas.
dude
Was that-
deserves
you
it.
were there for the Dallas
Yeah.
SeatGeek thing also?
Yeah,
Okay, got you.
the dude deserves his success. He's just a nice dude, like just not arrogant, like just a cool dude. Like you just look like you see him and you're like, I want to hang with that guy. Like I don't know who he is, but I want to hang out with that guy. I don't know why, but that's like he just looks cool. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like when I saw him, I was like, that guy. I didn't know who he was, but I was like, that guy has a huge channel. Like he's got to be like famous. And sure enough, it was.
Well, we were
all
by
memes.
like the two hype guys, and all they were doing was filming each other doing camera stuff. It's like shit.
True.
That's the YouTube live. Okay.
Yeah. Jared Russell says, I do live in Owatonna. Oh,
Owatonna, yeah, it's by Medford. Medford has a Nike outlet mall. Jared, please go to the Nike outlet mall or the Nike outlet store for me. Please, please.
Pick up
Pick me
some
up some
Nike
cheap
is
shorts.
overrated.
Nike's all right. It's
Not
just
when you get it for
overpriced.
cheap.
Yeah, we got to find it for
Outlet
cheap
mall.
though, man.
It's
I
an
mean,
it's
dude,
an
I'd
outlet
rather go.
store.
I'll go to like Marshalls and like get like Adidas and like all the off-brand stuff. I don't mind wearing that. That's the same comfort level to me.
There's a place, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this place. It's in Black Earth, Wisconsin, and they had like it was a shoe store that's just basically in the middle of nowhere. But they always had the newest Air Jordans and the newest Nike this and the newest Reebok whatever. Black Earth, Wisconsin.
No,
What's
I
the name
haven't
of the
heard of
place?
it. I haven't been to Wisconsin as much as you'd think, being so
Black
close to it.
Earth.
But
The place is called the Shoe Box. It's in Black Earth, and Black Earth is a town of like 300, but it has a shoe store.
Is that near Madison at all?
It's between It's kind of off from Madison and Mount Horeb.
Oh,
Wait, what? Mount Horror?
Mount Horror?
Mount Horeb.
Go back to Horeb.
Horeb.
Go back to Mount Horror where you came from. Okay, we got to wrap up the show. Okay, Taylor, thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hopefully you can come back at some point, and maybe shoot the shit. Maybe learn a little bit more about the NFL and then weigh in on some games.
You got it.
I'm fucking with you. Tree, any final thoughts?
Well, I just want to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you were able to hang out with them and not having to be alone. I mean, unfortunately, we're delaying our Thanksgiving because of all the COVID shit that happened in the family. So, but I do have a turkey leg. I will be cooking it. I bought one today, so that will be a good time for me.
Tom
But
Grassi.
otherwise, though, stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy your family and friends. If you can, hang with them at least. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Tom is upset because Green Bay is in regular trash. Mm-hmm.
No, I see one error. The Green Bay logo is one tier too high. You're gonna need to move it down
okay.
one.
We got to move him down to ultimate trash. Okay.
There you go.
Tom. There, I corrected the error. Right
There you go. Perfect.
By the way,
I
Taylor
see no
says
error
that-
whatsoever.
Absolute art.
Taylor says he'll watch more NFL games when I get a new mic. I think is.
Yeah, fair trade. Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
My
Yeah,
shitty
I can't think of a better way to spend my Sunday than watching NFL games I don't care about. Yeah,
Just watch Red Zone. That's all.
I did used to watch a lot of Red Zone when I was at home, but like now I don't
can't think
watch
of a
TV. I really
better
don't
way
ever.
of spending money on a mic that I pretty much don't need because this is good enough. No,
you're not
seriously.
gonna budge on that.
Message me what mic to get and then what the
I'll look
setup
into it.
is in Audacity.
I'll look into it. Yeah, you got it.
Will it make my voice sound as deep and as luscious as Tree's?
No, actually, I want my voice to sound better. It gets too high pitched.
Need an XLR. Go XLR.
XLR?
No, I need a voice
Go
modifier.
XLR. Yeah,
That's what I need.
like a soundboard. You can individually like. I have a bunch of settings on mine that change mine.
Your
Mine's
mic
way
does
different.
sound
Like, I would need like a heavy duty soundboard. I'd go like all out. Dude, I'd probably get like the linear editing system that I used to use at like the radio station I used to work for. A Vox Pro. That's what it was called. That's what I'd probably use.
That's the ultimate. That's like the radio station.
Yeah, that's a radio. That's a linear editing program. It's not like something like Audacity or Final Cut. Like it's literally like a scrubber. You highlight, you cut. It takes a little bit to learn, but it's just consuming because it's like a one-track editor.
Okay.
It's how they make everything seem so tight. Like they'll do like the stuff before they'll record it, they'll call, they'll edit it up, change up everything, and that's how they make those things sound so clean and crisp.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's time to end the show. Speaking of clean and crisp, we're gonna break it off clean and crisp. Randy Arozarena just got arrested. Fuck.
Yeah, for domestic
Hey,
issue back in
Arozarena.
Mexico. That was like this afternoon.
We're gonna be here
Wow.
all night. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of the stream. Thank you, everyone.